Tom Arnone.
No, it's call-out time.
Brian Wilson.
You died for that football.
Nick Delgozzo.
It's going to be a battle.
You're listening to Agree to Disagree, only on A2DRadio.com.
Welcome. It's Agree to Disagree right here at A2DRadio.com. We are live from the BMW of Atlantic City studios. We're right here in Mount Ephraim, New Jersey. BMW of Atlantic City, right off exit 37 on the Parkway. Find them online, BMWofAtlanticCity.com. Every Sunday, we are brought to you by BMW Atlantic City, but Gibson Mayer LLC, your certified public account. Find them on the web, GibsonMayer.com. Tom Arnone, Nick Delgozzo, Brian Wilson, Rob Povey on the ones and twos. This is Agree to Disagree, A2DRadio.com. Eagles pregame, but we're going to touch a little Sixers at the end of the show. 3 wins straight at home, which is, wow. I mean, it feels like the AI days.
First time in
I'm
years.
going back. Just the process. But, I mean, Embiid's a flat-out stud. Rookie of the year if everything goes right with, I'm not going to, you know what I mean by go right. We don't have to touch on it or say much more about it, but it getting a little more exciting. I know, I know the 3-10 and all that, but it just feels a little better than it has in years past, and that's just because I'm taking care of some business at home. Beating up on bad teams, though, but that shows some progress because a year ago they were getting smoked by bad teams.
Well,
so
they're not considered good, so
no.
I mean, a win's
win's a win.
Wins win games.
Are we looking at who we're playing? Like, Phoenix only has 4 wins.
Yeah,
Big win. No, that's a huge win.
Exactly.
It's like beating the '90s Bulls at this point.
No TJ Warren. We don't care. We'll take it.
We don't care at all. But as we move on, we'll touch around, week 11 around the league, storylines, predictions, whatever how else we want to talk about. If we have time, we'll do 5 questions at the end with Rob Povey, if depending on how we feel time-wise, how far our Eagles-Seahawks conversation really goes. This is the Eagles-Seahawks preview. Time right into our poll question. Is the Seattle Seahawks game a must-win for the Philadelphia Eagles? Yes, no, let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. HUD Radio is where you can find us, and that's brought to you by Scanzano Sports. Find them on the web, scanzanosports.com. And I want you to know that the must-win is in air quotes. So, looking at the rest of the schedule, is this a game a must-win to get into the playoffs? We know by what must-win means. Is it a must-win to get into the playoffs, or can they lose this game and still be okay and find a way in? That's the question. But guess what? If they do win this game, it's going to tell you a lot about this football team from where we maybe thought they were to where they could be. Because you remember that big win? I think it was Dallas when they had DeMarco Murray a few years ago, but that was like a statement win for that team that year, was going in there
on Thanksgiving
and beating them. And I feel like it's a similar thing here. It could really be a statement game. Rookie quarterback going in a hostile environment. I would say the toughest place to play on the road, period. Great defense.
Maybe New England top for that's it.
Maybe, yeah. Great defense. But you have some advantages in this game. But what do you guys think? Is it a must-win, or can they lose this game when you look at the rest of the schedule and still maybe find a way in? Or, they lose, you pretty much say, hey, that's a wrap.
I don't think it's a must-win at all.
All right.
I want them to win, obviously. I think it's going to be very tough to win. But I do not think it's a must-win. I think we can still easily make the playoffs without winning. I mean, let's say we lose, then we'd be 5-5 with 4 of our last 6 at home, correct? All 3 divisional games at home, and then the Packers at home. So that's 4 of the last 6. So, I mean, I think we could easily win the 4 games at home. We've been playing really well at home. Yeah. So if we can sweep home, and when we got to steal 1 on the road.
At Ravens, at Bengals.
Yeah, we got to beat one of them 2 teams, which I think we would all agree both teams are very beatable.
Absolutely.
Maybe we'll call Joe, tell him he needs to take a couple sacks,
No, I agree. I think the wording, I have no problem with the question. I just think, to me, the word I would use is maybe not a must-win, but as an Eagle, as an Eagle fans or just somebody, you got to show me something. I'm looking for, a huge statement win.
I know it would be a statement win for sure.
Win. Not a must win, but a statement
win. Well, remember the must
road,
is in. The must is in.
No, I know. I understand.
Air quotes here.
It would definitely be a statement win, especially after they just won at New England.
Are you bringing?
Oh, I'm bringing it. Okay.
Yeah. So for me, it's just can you win on the road, against a good football team. It's very similar to last year, even though the season was down the Peachadoo. But old Mother Hubbard and only Nails was in the cupboard when they went to New England and pulled that one out of their hat. So,
and we might need a game like that too.
Yeah,
a couple defensive touchdowns, a special teams touchdown.
Absolutely.
We're going to need to outplay them in at least 2 phases of the game, which you would think would have to be defense and special teams.
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously they're
Russell's getting healthy, and he looked pretty damn good last Sunday night, so I'm a little nervous about that, and I'm nervous about our O-line holding up and not letting Carson get hit by these monsters they got, because they have a defense, we all know it, and they're even better at home.
Chancellor's back. He's
Chancellor's
that guy
back,
that
Thomas back.
They're playing really well right now, but they're not. It's not the place that it used to be, and that's why the beauty of the NFL, it is week to week and.
Well, listen, they can't run the ball. So, we stopped CJ. New England had a little trouble stopping CJ Procyse last week. We stopped CJ Procyse, make them one-dimensional. There's not like their offense lights the world on fire, okay? Where you're worried about Graham and Baldwin, that's pretty much it. So if we can play solid defense, keep ourselves in the game, don't turn the ball over, force a couple turnovers, we could easily win the game. But it's going to be tough.
Yeah, well, you look at Seattle, a bad offensive line. Look how good their defense is, and we know how good that side of the football is. And we talk about Doug Baldwin, Russell Wilson, and Jimmy Grant. But the offensive line has been bad.
Yeah, there's no Marshall on back there.
And,
you know that.
Procyse looked good last week, in my opinion. He looked good.
Yeah, he did.
But
Rawls is back.
That offensive line's bad. And where are we good at? At least at home, we've shown to be real good up front. But, again, we've talked about this ad nauseum.
We haven't traveled well.
You got to travel well.
Yeah.
And you want to take that. You want to go and be – you want to be talked – in the same conversation as Seattle and other good defense around the league. You got to go on the road and play like you played at home. You shut down a great offense last week at home. The best in football.
We went
at the time. Shut them down. Made them look
Dallas. Bad. We went to Dallas and smacked them in the mouth for 3 quarters and couldn't hold up in the fourth.
Couldn't do in the fourth. So they didn't finish the job.
We need to finish the job today. Because the first 2 away games, Washington and Detroit, besides Cleveland, or wherever the first game was, Chicago, which we're not going to talk about because Chicago stinks. But Washington, Detroit, we let them get up on us early. We can't. That cannot happen today. You got to come out like you did against Dallas. Punch them in the mouth. Come out flying around. Make some plays, and then we just got to sustain. We got to hold. We can't have any lacks.
No, you want long drives. You want to keep them off the field, keep their defense on the field. Things you got to do when you go into a hostile environment like Seattle against a damn good defense. You got to sustain them. You got to keep them on the field a little bit. You got to smack them in the mouth
need to run
instead of them smacking you in the mouth.
And that starts with Ryan Matthews. There's no reason that guy should have been MIA for 4 weeks. I understand he put it on the carpet and stuff, but that guy runs with intent. He runs, and he said, I thought he set the tone last week. That first drive, and just running dudes over, and you knew it was going to be one of those days for him. So, they have to run the football. The last 4 weeks, the Cardinals have run the football. I think it was 132 yards. The Saints ran it for like 125. The Bills ran for 162. I'm sure you had Tyrod Taylor in there, of course. And then, of course, the Pats ran for like 85. 3 touchdowns out of Blunt. But, the Pats, I don't consider them a running team, when you have Tommy, TB12. But the last 4 games, that's where you're getting. So, Eagles have to run the football, especially on, their pass catchers are banged up. The guys that Ertz and Matthews are a little banged up. So you got to run the football. But of all the 9 games, and that's why you feel good about yourself, because of all the 9 games, really, and I'm not a woulda, coulda, shoulda guy. I'm not gonna go there. But of the 9 games, only Washington has beat you up.
That's every game we could have won.
We know the outcome. Everybody says, that was. You're still 1 possession away, but let's use our eye test.
Us up.
Use your eye test. Washington beat
you. Yes, they did. But every game, to your point, in every game that you lost on the road has been 1 possession. Even though Washington, you look at it and you say, well, we know that was that. Yeah. That scored and indicate what happened on the football field.
We went to OT against Dallas. We lost to Detroit by 1, which a game we should have won.
Yeah, and the Giants was a 1 score.
All those games are games that we should have won, really.
But now, what Doug Peterson do you get today?
Hopefully not the Giants, Doug.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Do you get that ballsy guy that's in it to win it? Which, listen, do I like the play calls in them situations? Going back on it because we didn't get a chance to talk about it.
I like going for both in the early, but I will go. I
don't have a problem with going for Yeah, I didn't like the play call in the first one.
Yeah,
No, it was terrible.
I don't like it.
I don't like the play call
I don't
either.
like it.
I don't like
dive
our
to
quarterback
Sproles.
running.
Yeah, that's awful. And I don't like a little dive to Sproles. Come on, we know what he does. He's a little scat guy. But yes, you know how I feel about kickers, so I had no problem going for it. I mean, the way the game ended, you're like, oh man, that's great.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I was gonna say,
It would've been
hindsight's
great,
one.
you know,
Yeah,
hindsight's-
yeah.
That's
Monday
easy to
morning
say.
quarterback.
That's
Yeah,
easy to say.
But you want to, the
Yeah,
one.
but you leave, when you're on the road, you can't leave points off the board.
Yeah, but
that's
sometimes
the problem.
division games you try to go for the jugular.
I agree, but
when you get
the
blitzed
thing is, I said
14-0 too,
once you get stopped on the first one, I don't know if I go for the second one. It wasn't like they were 4th and inches. These were both
Yeah, but you know what the funny
4th
thing
and
about
2,
both
4th
of them
and
were?
3.
You got stops defensively on the other side of it. So that momentum that could have been a big shift on both of them could have turned out, the momentum went right back.
And I can
so it didn't
imagine-
really change momentum. Like if they go down and get 7 after a 4th and 1, now the momentum big time shifts. But the fact that your defense came on the field, got them back off the field, it was what it was. You just look at the 3 points you could have had.
You almost have to.
But then you do kick it,
Yeah.
and it gets blocked, and
that's all part of the growing pains as a rookie coach, because you can't get caught up in it. Because I can imagine that being down 14-0, you don't want to trade you don't want to trade TDs for field goals. So then you get caught up in that game trying to chase, just like Mike Tomlin did last week. Stop thinking you're at Oregon and you're in college and what are you going for 2 for? I mean, you after the first one, then you're chasing. That's a different game at the end. So not to get off topic. That drove me crazy last week. But the same thing there. Like you get down 14-0, you just got to trust the fact that you can't leave, like Willie said, can't leave points on the board. And so what's the big deal if it's 14-6? That's still a one possession
Once
game.
you get stopped
That's a one possession game.
First or second 2-point conversion. If you're Tomlin, you can't go for the third and fourth one. What are you doing?
It's crazy. It's crazy. So we'll see. Like I said, Dougie's got to learn from those mistakes, and like I said, they got to establish that run today. Matthews is a huge factor for me.
well, I think all of them are, really, because I think what you did last week is you ran all of them pretty well. Everybody went to touch the ball.
Yeah.
Everybody touched the ball, ran
Looks
well,
like
but it
Kenyon
started.
is literally just a special teams guy now.
It
Like,
started
he
with
took over
you
Huff's spot.
smacking in the mouth with Ryan Matthews,
Yeah.
and the other guy sprinkled in. It was a good
But I'm
change
saying-
of pace
Yeah,
to
but I'm saying,
Ryan
if you-
Matthews.
Smallwood.
If you can,
But when you don't have Ryan Matthews,
Yeah,
now you're
that's
just
what I'm
speed.
saying. Yeah.
It's good that not that he's not a faster guy, but he's more of a power. He's a
But no,
bruiser.
It's more of a
Sproles-
bruiser.
And against
Yeah.
a defense like this, you need to bruise them up a little bit. You need to hit them a little
Well, then
bit
it gets-
because they're going to come in the box. And listen, they're coming in the box. 8-9 are coming in the box today, and they're going to say, "Hey,
Bobby Wagner.
Carson Wentz beat us today. Go ahead and beat us."
Cam Chancellor.
They're coming.
That's where I was going, because if you can, if you use the guys in their roles, like you said, Matthews is straight ahead, tough guy, power runner. Then it allows Sproles to get out and be the scat back, where you can take advantage of the matchup, like Willie just said. A key name right there, Bobby Wagner. I'll take Sproles on Wagner all day. I like that matchup.
Yeah.
So that all goes. That's there's certain dominoes that need to fall for that. For that to happen. But it all they must establish the run.
Domino.
Must establish the run and stay with it. Don't give up on it.
What we're talking about, right? Pro Football Focus, how they're ranking out the offensive lines through going into week 11, and Dallas at 85 was number 1. Eagles 83 were 2. Oakland was 3 at 82. Now you go all the way down, and this is you got to look for little chinks in the armor on ways that you can go in here and beat them. You go all the way down. You got the Seattle Seahawks. I believe they're at 28. Let me confirm that. No, they're even deeper. 29 at 61.2. So if there's a way that you can beat them, and we talk about good our front four is against their offensive line, this is where you got to stop the run and make them one-dimensional. Make them have to throw the football where you can go after him. Now, his knees look better. He's moved around the pocket, Russell Wilson, better than he has from the sprain. But still, not 100%. So
No,
you
he's
want to
not.
be able to put him on his back a little early and make them one-dimensional. Stop the run. Make them have to throw the
Maybe
ball
somebody
to beat
take
you.
a penalty. Hit him in the knee.
All right, Baldy.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Hey,
No suspensions here.
that's my cousin. We're fine with it.
No, I mean they're definitely playing. Like I said, they've gelled better. I mean, I don't know if I believe I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if it's a stat.
Yeah, I don't know. That
don't
Pro
know about
Football
that.
Focus,
I would just, like I
there's
said, I would
something.
ask you, use your eyes. I mean, would you put your wife behind that line?
Seattle's?
Yeah, no, the Eagles. For them to be 2, according
I don't know.
according to
for
these
two. Yeah,
jabronis.
that's
What I mean? That's
ridiculous.
all I'm saying. Because then you're
He's
saying,
been all- he's
because then
been-
you're saying, what is left to fix? Because that was the glaring weakness. So what's left?
But how much is
Obviously,
your
we know
quarterback-
wide receivers.
Take the
and DBs.
Washington game out. Take the Washington game out. How much has your quarterback been on his back?
No, we have.
I mean,
I'm
take-
asking, yeah.
We
I- I'm
we have
just- I'm
blocked
just swinging-
well.
I'm
I
just-
feel like. But
listen, I'm just spinning
we
it back
have
around to you guys.
too many
Has he really been
penalties.
on his back that
Too many
much?
But he
penalties.
gets the ball.
I understand the
He gets the
Kelsey
ball.
penalties, but at the end of the day, is your quarterback been upright
But
for
they
the
get rid of
majority of the year?
But everything's short.
Yeah, it can all change. It can all change real quick with a blitz today.
It's out of his hand
I'm not.
a lot.
Listen, I'm not.
I want
saying
him to
that
stay
they've
healthy
been,
today. I'm nervous
They've
about
been
him being
too.
healthy
You know,
today.
I got to go with every offensive line around the league. I don't know how every offensive line in football is doing. But all I can tell you is forget where we are, I was more giving you that for where Seattle's offensive line is.
Sure.
I'm not agreeing with where too, but when you're down at 29, they're not missing that much.
Yeah.
Something's been bad over
Oh well,
there.
they have been
Yeah.
bad.
And there's a little chink in the armor that you got to take
They've been
advantage
bad
of
for
today.
years. Russell just runs around. I mean, he can't run as
Well, they
well.
haven't been this bad.
Well,
they always had Russell
but
Okon, and
you
they've
gotta remember-
had some guys up front there that have been
Remember,
legitimate.
we thought that Russell tore his knee like week 2, and he's been for like 3-week stretch there. He couldn't move at all. He is moving more now. So, I mean, like it said, we probably didn't catch him at the best time, but let's hope. Hopefully, we can get after him. Hopefully, we can take advantage of that O line and get some hits on him because you know how it is. I don't care how good you are, get some hits. It's all about what happens when you get hit in the mouth.
They get anything let down with a big win against New England last week
Hopefully,
on Sunday night.
God, I hope so.
I try to look for them things. Hopefully, I try to pray for a little bit.
I hope so.
It's not the same place that it used to be. So and there's all kinds of things you can look into it. Normally, like when you're going up there, the 12th man.
I mean, I don't know. Have they ever lost there though?
No, I'm not saying, but it's yes.
Well, you're making it out like it's not the same place.
Okay,
Have
well,
they
the Dolphins
lost?
almost won there.
But
The
they
Dolphins
didn't.
almost won there. The Bills almost won there. Okay, well, I'm just telling you.
I think
It's not,
Arizona
I'm
might
not
have
saying.
tied
I'm
there.
saying it's the same play. I'm not saying
Arizona
it's the same
tie
place.
there?
No, that was in
That was in
Arizona.
Arizona?
That was in Arizona. No, I agree with you. And it's a league of wins. So yeah, there's no what it could have, should have. But if you're looking at something, those teams have played better in there. It doesn't feel. I guess.
Dolphins
that's all
kind
I'm
of
saying.
had that game too. Yeah.
but
I know.
It
I hear
doesn't-
you.
It just doesn't feel like it.
It's not as
gotcha.
scary
But
as
it's
it used
still,
to be,
yeah,
in
it's
my
still-
opinion. Like
Yeah,
to your
yeah,
point, it's
that's
not as scary as it used
yeah.
to be. I mean, if you go back 2 years, I'm saying no
2
shot.
years ago, we get killed.
Yeah.
there.
No shot. Yeah, I'm saying no
Well,
shot.
2 years ago, they killed us here. So
Let's see. Falcons went in there, lost by 2. The tie came
Falcons had that
in
one too.
Arizona.
Yeah, Falcons had that one.
Yeah,
They're 4-0.
they haven't lost
Yeah,
one.
but you know what chaps my ass about the NFL
Dolphins,
is
Bills,
is it
Falcons.
just me or does Seattle get every fucking call in the world?
unbelievable.
They get everything goes their way. It blows my mind because I hate Pete Carroll that much because he's such a piece of shit that I want them to lose games constantly and they get everything stroke of luck. Weird penalty, not calling a penalty, everything that you could possibly have
Like
go
we
your
get
way.
called on that ground call.
Oh my God!
Like we
yeah.
get 5 flags
99
thrown.
times out
There's
of
flags
99
coming from up top, out in the stands.
There's
There's flags coming from everywhere.
27 flags on the field,
Yeah.
especially in New England. We
Yeah.
get that. There's no way we don't get that call.
Seriously.
The one against Julio, Jesus Christ, we get that call 1,000 times out of
But
the
just
1,000.
like you said, just to take
Richard
out,
Sherman hits the kicker in the legs. They don't even
Yeah.
call it. Like there was so much shit that goes on with this Seattle team. It drives me crazy. Last year, Blair Walsh misses a chippy in the playoffs. Like, can they get any luckier, this team?
That's what I was going to say. Like, even take the refs out, which that is an absolute ridiculous. They get every call. It's the things that happen against them. Like, why is TB12 sneaking twice? I understand he's 6'5", and they're telling me,
I've never seen him.
Tell me,
I've never seen
me
him
that
not
he
get
gets
on
it
a
all-
sneak, though.
I
I'm
understand,
sorry.
but I just don't want to hear
For
it.
16 years, I haven't seen him not
I've
get a
never
sneak.
seen him miss it. I've
Blunt
never
is
seen him miss it.
285. I know, but Blunt's 285. Just hand it to him. Just hand it to Blunt. Dude, give me something. I don't know. I know. I'm not.
I've never
saying
seen him miss a sneak. though.
Me either.
I'll be honest with you. Never have I ever seen him not get a sneak. To not get it twice in a row
Yeah.
was amazing.
Something that nobody talks
Well,
about
he
a lot.
But
He
again,
fumbled the
the second
yeah,
one.
you talk about-
But again, Seattle just gets so lucky.
Yeah,
They get
yeah, yeah.
everything.
Because when you talk about West Coast teams in the travel, now they were at home week 9 against Buffalo. Okay,
Then they went across country to New England.
cross country New England
And then
back.
back.
So
They played Sunday night. We got to hope. Hey, maybe they're a little weary.
well, maybe a little weird.
A little weary.
I mean, I think we were there Friday. I think we flew in Friday. So
Good.
we were there early, get ready for that side of it. I do like when teams get there a little early.
Home-
Saturday's a tough
Had a
game.
little fish and chips.
Little homecoming for Dougie. He's from out there.
Doug the Slug.
Let's hope it's a good homecoming for him. But again, like I talked about, the defense side of football has to come and play today. They have to travel well. And you're looking at that front seven. I'm looking at a guy again, and I want to point the finger at him again, Fletcher Cox. I need to see a big performance out of Fletcher Cox today and that whole front four. I mean, we've been getting out of Brandon Graham consistently. We talked about it a few weeks ago. The deal does, not drafting Earl Thomas doesn't feel as bad. It's still bad, but it doesn't feel as bad. He's played well.
Right now, it doesn't feel bad at all because I think Brandon's a really good player.
Yes, yeah.
5 years ago, it felt terrible. It was real bad.
Yeah.
It was real bad for 3 years, 3.5 maybe. Then we were like, okay, Brandon's not terrible. Now I think I'm willing to say Brandon's a good player.
Oh, yeah.
Real
He's
good player,
a good
I
player.
Yeah,
Earl Thomas has been a good player since he came in the league.
Yeah.
But can we get a Fletcher Cox dominating performance?
I would
on
love
the
to
road?
see.
Just on the road. I haven't seen one on the road. I'm not like taking shots at the guy. Just haven't seen one on the road.
Benny's healthy. I mean, listen, our D-line is there. We need to get after Russell today. It's a must happen. It has to happen.
Carroll playing?
Hey, you got to keep him in the pocket.
Huh?
Carroll playing?
No one? I don't know. I know he was going through concussion protocol.
Yeah, I know it was a concussion protocol. We'll dive in. We'll see.
I mean, I hope he is. Jalen Mills is clearly taking over the number 2 spot in front of
The Kimby Jr.? I mean, can he
Oh,
knock
yeah.
it?
Well,
Can he knock
I tell you
it
what,
off
I'll tell you what, I can't deal with the finger wag when you're getting penalties called on you, Jalen, all right? But he's played pretty well. Like, we might have ourselves a steal. He was a 6th-round pick,
yeah,
correct?
It's like I said, timing's everything. Like, you don't mind to do it if you drilled a guy or you got in there, you did
Knock
a great
the
job.
ball away.
Not when Julio drops the ball, hit him right in the numbers. All right, don't finger wag me. I mean,
don't
that's
think
just
did he finger wag on that one?
He does it every time. I think.
I don't think he did on that
He's just
one.
assuming because it's been done so much.
I know he did
wagged the
I know he
finger.
did on the one where they called a penalty on him. It's like, what are you doing, dude? You're wagging fingers.
Are you wagging
You're
to the ref
wagging
like
fingers.
no
There's
flag?
laundry on the field.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. So you need a good effort.
Their
out of your
receivers don't really
secondary.
scare me, though.
No, they
I
don't
mean,
scare
Doug
you, but
Baldwin's
Baldwin's
good.
got speed to break over top
Baldwin
of you.
can play.
Everything's
Jimmy
short
can play.
with them,
Pro
too.
size. They threw the ball a lot to pro size last week. We're gonna have to watch that. We have to be wary of that.
Everything's short with them, dude. I mean, a lot of bubble screens
Oh, yeah,
over
they
there, a lot of
do a
short
lot of
passes.
short shit.
And so that's stuff that you want to be able to get up and bump them. Make things difficult
The
for
guy
their
they throw the
wideouts.
the guy they throw the deep ball to was Curse. Jermaine Curse is who they send deep.
Yeah. Jimmy looks like he's back.
Yeah, Jimmy is back. Yeah, we're gonna have to watch Jimmy. Jimmy gets us nervous.
Trying to get you boys some injury reports here. Oh, Terrence Brooks out. Ertz questionable. Matthews questionable.
Yeah, they're both gonna play though. I think.
And I believe that's it. I believe you have.
all I
I believe
saw.
Carroll's good. So he must
Carroll's
have,
good. All right, he must have
been,
passed.
Yeah, he must have passed earlier in the week.
Well, that's good.
When I was probably sitting on the beach at that point. Might have missed that one.
My ties.
My ties on the beach.
You're a rum runner.
Couple cocktails, Tommy. Cocktail, Tommy.
Line went up to 7 too. Was it 6.5? Just went up to 7.
That's where it should be.
So pretty healthy. Pretty healthy for them. Michael Bennett out.
Yeah, I knew that, but everyone else is pretty much there, right?
Kevin Pierre-Lewis, linebacker, special teams guy out. But that's it for them.
Yeah. I know Cam's there. Everyone's there.
Everybody's healthy for them. Michael Bennett's still
Michael Bennett's a really good player.
big loss. We'll take it.
Oh, yeah, we're fine with it. We wish everyone else was hurt, too.
Yeah, Cam on the back end.
Yeah.
An absolute monster.
What do you need to see out of Carson today?
I want to see him not turn the ball over.
Status quo as last week?
Number one, just don't turn the ball over.
Status quo from last week? Same numbers you're good with? Didn't turn the football over?
Yeah, absolutely.
I just want him to throw the ball. Listen,
I'm just
they're a
giving
very
you
tough
know,
defense to do
numbers
stuff
to look
against.
back on.
You gotta be careful against this defense. They ball hawk. You gotta. I want him to take the safe, easy throws and just try to keep us moving the ball down the field. If you got a third and long and you got to take a punt, you take a punt. I don't want him forcing balls that could get us in trouble with interceptions and start flipping the field, because that's not what we want. Because I think our defense can stop them pretty well, but not if we start giving them short fields and turnovers. then this can get lopsided real quick.
Just some people chiming in on the YouTube.
Agreed, 100%.
Dwayne Aldridge. Doug needs to take all the points he can get this week. No chance. No
I agree with him. I agree with that 100%.
Going back to what we were talking about earlier about Doug. J-Man, Eagles win 24-21.
Love that. Love that, J-Man.
Fletcher Cox has 3 sacks.
Okay, Fletch.
And he also says Carson throws for 325 and 2 TDs. I don't know if I can go that far.
I mean, whatever Jay's smoking, you want to pass it to us, we'll hit it. I mean,
swinging on down.
Smash
Adams. The Eagles turn the ball over way too much.
That's some good kush right there, bro.
Tough matchup on the road. He sees Seattle capitalizing off the turnovers and winning the game. So
that's a Cowboy cockroach for you. So
But I mean,
hopefully Baltimore beats the Cowboys. They're smash.
But you'll take last week from Wentz.
I think
all day, every day. I mean, no touchdowns. Who cares?
He threw the ball well last week.
He threw the ball well, no turnovers, and they ran the ball, and they won. You play defense, you run the football, and you win the turnover battle, and you win the game. And you take that all day.
I would say 98% of the time, if you take care of all that, you usually win the football game.
But I'm sure, like you said, there's guys out there that want them, they want them to sling it and get 3-4 TDs.
Today doesn't have to be pretty.
No, I just want to win.
Be a win. Doesn't have to come out looking pretty and smelling like roses. No. Just have to go in and win.
9-6, I'll take.
There you go.
10-9.
3-0.
That's not going to happen.
No chance, but I'll take it.
I would take it.
Valerie Hines chiming in.
Oh, yeah, you're looking to win on a balk. You're looking to win this game on a balk. At the bottom of the ninth.
Saying every game is a must-win, especially being 0-3 in our division. Jeff, let me see if I get his last name right. Stadelman. All games are a must-win. We're the only team in our division outside of the playoffs. And Justin Haar, yes. So there are people chiming on the Facebook.
A lot of people want to win today.
Question if it's a must-win.
A lot of people want to win today. I like where our heads are.
I mean, that's a good answer. I mean, absolutely. I mean, would you? The Cowboys play at 1:00, so they're in front of you. I mean,
I don't think we should worry about them.
I think you worry about the
other two. We worry about Washington and New York.
I understand that. I'm just saying, if the 5 losses, that's,
and to everyone saying we're 0-3 in division, that's very true, and obviously none of us are happy with that. But we do have all 3 home games remaining. They really did bone us hard in the beginning of the schedule.
FYI, the Dallas Cowboys have not played a team leading their division yet this season.
Yeah, but they
just FYI, I'm just throwing it out there.
Listen, Dallas is really good. If you
Nobody's questioning it.
You don't want to not admit it. It's fine. They are really.
Who's
good.
not admitting it, or just I'm just telling you that they've not played a team leading their division yet this year. I'm not saying they're not good. They're 8-1. They are good.
They're really good.
I'm just letting you know.
I don't think they're going to go to the Super Bowl.
Let the people freaking know,
good.
Brian. That's all. That they have not played a team leading their division yet. That's something you can't just say, oh, well, that doesn't matter. That matters.
Well,
that's as the level of competition goes up, I think that defense gets exposed.
Well, that's what I thought last week.
Yeah, but who? Who do they have up to play?
Last week.
They haven't played the team leading their division yet.
I was thinking the
exact same thing. Well, they play the same teams we do. So who do they have left to play?
All right, let me find out for you. I mean, they're still winning this division.
They
got to really have a choke job not to win this division.
Because the Central,
I think they're good enough to win this division too. So
they smoked Green Bay.
As much as I don't like them, dude,
they might still have Detroit, I guess. Because we both who they
Detroit on Turkey Day.
I got you right here.
No, because they both play different games.
No, they play. I was just looking this up last night. Yeah, they play Washington Thanksgiving Day, but still, hold on. Let me give you the whole schedule right now.
Well, I know what you were saying, but like I said, up until last week, I was with you, because they were saying they haven't played a winning team or a team
with me. I was the guy saying I think they're a good football team. Wow. So I never said that I thought they weren't a good football team.
I think they're real good.
I was just letting you guys know.
Their
I thought it was interesting.
Their offensive line's really good, and Zeke's really good.
Well, listen,
Dak's doing the job.
It's as good as offensive line as it was back in their heyday, if not better. That's how good this offensive line is.
Yeah. The game-clinching TD last week that Zeke ran, I mean, I score on that from 30.
Yeah.
And I'm not very fleet of foot.
Untouched in the NFL.
All right, here you go. You got
35.
You got Ravens this week, Skins, Vikings, Giants, Bucks, Lions, Eagles.
Yeah, they could win out.
They could. They could. I mean, go over. They lost to the Giants, right? That was the only loss. All right, beat the Skins, beat the Bears, beat the Niners, beat the Bengals. Beat the Pack, beat us, beat the Browns, beat the Steelers.
Don't let them lose one time. Don't let, no, I'm saying don't let them lose one time, and then let's see what happens. Like I said, everything's we know they're good. They're a good football team. I'm not taking that away from them. But when you 8 straight wins, everything's hunky dory.
Everything's rainbows and fucking blow pops.
All right, Ravens have the best run defense going against the best rushing offense. So we'll see. Something's got to give today.
Yeah, I think Zeke runs crazy on him.
Sure.
I hope he doesn't.
I've been waiting for things to give the whole season with him. Well, I keep waiting for that defense to beat a letdown. And
their D's not good, but they've been stopping the run. What you know what it is somehow, some way, what's his name has stayed healthy. We always said if they can, they can just keep Sean Lee healthy, because he just makes plays.
He does make plays,
and they've somehow kept him healthy this year. Now, hopefully, he just goes down today, for the season. I'll be fine with that. Robbie probably wouldn't be.
But
Sorry,
listen,
Rob.
I mean, Jerry,
he's due.
When you talk about Romo and what happened last week, I mean, Romo went to a family function with Jerry, then flew on the private jet to Pittsburgh with him. I mean, this goes far beyond just a guy. This is almost like a son. And when I look at that relationship, I feel like at some point Jerry might mess this up.
Did anyone else get sick to their stomach watching that Romo interview though? Just seriously, they made it out like the dude had cancer and he couldn't play anymore. Like, you got beat out, you got hurt too much, and the guy beat you out. All right, it was so. Oh my God, the emotion. I was sick. I was like, these fucking Cowboys, man.
Well, the dude's playing great.
I don't care.
He didn't necessarily beat him out. He's playing great. So you can't make the change when the guy's playing great.
No
That's
shit.
all. And like you said, it was just reading it off a script. That's what I had a problem with. It was classy.
I didn't think it was classy. I didn't like it. I thought it was shitty.
Well, here's some bad news for you for the Cowboys. I know everybody listening out here, the hosts here, Brian Wilson, Nick Delgozzo, Tom Arnone, would appreciate hearing this. There will be no respite for this Dallas Cowboys defense as Rolando McClain is facing another suspension for missing a drug test. So if one of these guys should get injured, as Sean Lee, don't expect Rolando McClain coming back anytime soon.
No, he's spent another year.
That's what the Cowboys do.
He got hit with another year this morning.
That's what the Cowboys do. It's only a matter.
It is
that's
official
why
year.
Everyone goes
Another
crazy
year.
about how awesome Ezekiel is, and Ezekiel is awesome. But it's only a matter of time until he hits his girlfriend again, and then whoop whoop, he'll be getting a nice little suspension.
Yep.
Just a matter of time. Just need to get a loss under their belt or a game where he doesn't run well. Turn up the heat over there.
That's it. Dez has got that spoon ready to stir. He's got that.
Stir that pot.
He's like, yes.
Dez wants Tony back in, throwing the deep ball.
He's had two
and
hands.
Ezekiel's slapping.
He's had two hands on that ladle for weeks now.
Like the worst parts of the Bible, Ezekiel's coming out hitting.
But that's the chink in the armor, the defensive side of football.
Old Testament shit.
All right, about ranked 19th in football. And I think that's where they don't sustain the football, or they have costly turnovers in games. That defense can still get exposed. No Morris Claiborne's hurt them. Obviously Barry Church. I mean, obviously last week they got it done. But I think as the competition goes up, I still think that's going to be their Achilles heel. I think that's what's going to end their season for them. I don't think obviously not the offensive line, but the thing I was talking about before that, the fact that Romo's traveling private jets with Jerry, 2 games, it's like his freaking son. You know what I mean? And I think at some point, this idiot's going to mess it up because you can't talk about, when you talk about Dak Prescott, as a hot hand. You know what I'm saying? You talk about hot hands as like backup journeyman. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he has a hot hand, we're going to ride him. Yeah, I mean, this guy, as much as I hate the Cowboys, it's not a hot hand. When you go about 9 weeks, the hot hand conversation is going away, where the guy can just play, right? I mean,
He's slinging.
I seen some parts of his game where I think we're still he needs to get better on, obviously. But at the end of the day, it's away from a hot hand. You can't talk about this quarterback situation as Dak's a hot hand, and when the hot hand's not hot anymore, we go back to Romo. You can't go back to him. It came to the point where and I'm not, you know me, I hate the Cowboys, but you can't go back to him. You just can't. I'm moving away from the Cowboys.
I get it.
Get off the Cowboys. Absolutely. Well, we're done talking about the Cowboys.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
I think they're in Baltimore today, right? I think it's going to be they're home. Oh Jesus! Nah, they're going to beat Baltimore pretty bad today.
You say pretty bad.
Yeah.
That defense has been playing very well this year for the Ravens. I'm a little nervous.
27-14, Dallas.
Yeah, Baltimore's offense isn't good.
Steve's
Ray Lewis.
healthy.
Exactly what Ray Lewis said.
Perriman's healthy.
Spot freaking on, Ray.
Stop it already.
Spot
Why don't you go stab
on.
a guy with Ray Lewis?
What are you talking about stabbing people? Where the fuck does stabbing
He doesn't
come
know
from?
shit. Spot on.
How's he not right at all? How's he not right at
Is
all?
he in the offensive huddle ever?
So
no,
I
he's
play
not.
with him for how long, and he doesn't know nothing about him?
I'm sure he knows a
Can't
lot
have
about
an opinion?
He knows that Joe got him a ring, his
Dude,
second
stop
ring.
kissing his ass.
Who's
this is what it is,
kissing?
because I get it from
The
Waterline
guy-
and you love the guy, but you can take off the blinders for a
I'm
second.
not blind at all. We were trying to say the guy has no passion for football.
Is that exactly what he said? No passion for football?
That's a lot what he said.
Oh, I'll get the quote.
He said,
I'll get the exact quote until you start paraphrasing.
He said gifted, yes. Does he? I don't think he cares about football that much, is basically what he said, which I think is completely not true at all. The dude had an NFL combine in his backyard since he was like freaking 6. He doesn't care about football. Doesn't care about the game. I don't listen to anything Ray Lewis says. Tell him to go murder somebody else.
Yeah, ESPN had enough, and they're awful.
Oh, the worst. ESPN is the worst.
They had enough of his shit.
I don't want to listen. Ray Lewis lost me with me when he was like the end of his career, and he was like the preacher, like giving all these biblical phrases and shit. And I'm like, dude, didn't you kill somebody? You got away with it on like technicality. So shut the fuck up.
All right, you want to hear it? Gifted, like you said. Gifted, absolutely passionate about what he does. I've never seen that, Lewis told Fox Sports.
So exactly what I said.
I don't know what that looks like, okay? I don't know how many times you'll hear somebody just really go out on a limb to defend he's the greatest teammate I've ever had, Lewis said. I don't know how many times you'll hear that. Maybe it's because his personality just isn't that personality. He's
That's
not
what it is, though.
He's not a rah-rah guy.
He's not.
He won't say much, but in the game of football, there has to be some burning fire behind you.
Okay, he's not. I will agree that he's not a rah-rah guy. He wasn't a rah-rah guy in baseball when we played baseball. He wasn't a rah-rah guy in football with you. I totally agree. But the guy, you lead by example. He's always on the field, besides tearing his knee last year. Always on the field. Always gives it all. Gives it his all. I mean, come on.
Finish that game.
Come on, right?
I mean, like,
not everyone's got to be
what's the
running.
definition?
Not everyone's got to be screaming and hollering and stabbing people like him.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the definition?
I know you love
You know
Ray.
what I mean, like,
so.
I mean, what is he? Everybody's different. Everybody, different strokes for different folks.
I don't know.
You know what I mean, people lead different ways, and
Yeah, but again, that team, since them leaders have been essentially retired or left, them two big leaders of that team.
Oh, nobody said
that
team
team
win
just
5 Super Bowls.
Well, that team's just never even really been a playoff team, essentially, since you take them out of it. I mean, that's just facts. That's just facts. You want to argue facts? Go ahead, Brian.
That's 2 Hall of Fame defenders.
Okay, but then his point means nothing to you, and you just shrug it off. And
It means nothing.
there's no it can't. It
means nothing to me.
Validity
Exactly
behind
correct.
it.
Nope.
Okay, I've seen it firsthand. I'll raise my hand in agreement, Ray.
Go ahead.
I know I'll get all the Audubon Knights upset. I don't care. I like the guy. I have no problem with the guy. But there is some truth to the comment.
You don't like the guy.
We do this
Stop
freaking like
saying
every
that.
other week where I have to defend.
Stop saying that.
I don't have a problem with the guy.
You can say that. Oh, you agree with the comment. That's fine. You don't stop saying you like the guy.
I completely agree with the comment, and I like the guy.
Liar.
Liar.
No, your nose is growing.
All right, man,
Let's get away from Ray Lewis and the Baltimore Ravens, okay? I don't want to talk about him.
Well, it's just circled in what we were talking about. We talked about before we came on. We wanted to touch on
circling
it.
the wagons.
And I was just mentioning that Ray Lewis is spot on.
He's not.
All right.
We agree to disagree.
Yeah, that's fine. And you have your blinders on, and we'll end it there.
That's fine.
Just make
My
it clear to
blinders
everybody
are on.
listening.
My
Brian
blinders are
Wilson's blinders are so big. Is he paying your car payment?
He had the greatest playoffs ever
Oh,
to win
here we go.
Ray Lewis a ring, but he's not a leader. He's not a leader. Doesn't lead. Ray doesn't know what that looks like. Come on. Are you kidding me, dude?
That's a cheap shot.
Come on.
Yeah,
That is a cheap shot.
cheap shot.
That's a cheap shot by Ray Lewis. You know why? He's out of the spotlight. He's trying to get back in.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
All right, going back, it must win. I don't think it's as much of a must win as a statement game, like we were talking about.
It's
The
definitely a
Eagles,
statement
Seahawks.
game.
You know, I think you go in here, you beat them, and gain a lot of confidence going in there, beating them, and I think it can really help. Because you talk about like when we give this an L at some point, and where you got to pick them up at the rest of the schedule. It'd be nice to get a win like this, where you can look at the rest of the schedule and maybe have that game where you can have a hiccup. You know, you lose this, you don't really have that hiccup available.
And lump the wild card teams together. You know what I mean? So if we're, obviously you concede it to the Cowgirls. So now you're looking at Giants, Redskins, Lions, Vikings, Cardinals. Right? Is that the end of the rope? Saints, if you're like begging, but I mean we're using the eye test. Get out of here with the Saints.
Pack,
I know exactly.
Besides, the family issues.
Aaron Rodgers? Can you put Aaron Rodgers?
The dad doesn't like Olivia.
Can you put him to bed?
Made it clear. Dad does not like Olivia.
All right, so
doesn't like the Hollywood pussy.
So of that group, how do you feel? How do you feel about
I don't like any of
that group.
Did any of them like?
No. I'm just I mean,
that's the crazy thing anymore, right? Yeah. I mean, none of these teams really in the whole NFC, the whole league. One or two teams that you can maybe say you're scared of. It's like scared. I'm talking about that you feel like you're going into that football game and there's no shot of you winning. Even though Seattle's good, I still feel like that if we go in and do things that we do right, good special teams play good defense. Don't turn the football over. That we can go in and beat that. I'm not scared of anybody.
I think we got a shot.
We took Dallas in OT.
Well,
So I mean, everybody we played, we've taken
the two air quote best teams would be the Cowboys and the Seahawks. So
in the NFC,
yeah. Do they scare you? So
no,
that's it. So
are they good football teams? Yeah,
absolutely.
Do they scare me? No. And I think again, if you don't turn the football over today, like I said, you get the same, a mirror image of what Carson was last week against Atlanta. I'm saying not in the words of conservative, but not turning the football over. All right, drives when you need it, drives. But again, you can't expect to run the football as well as you did against Atlanta either. So now you're going to need a little more out of Carson. So, I need 285, a touch, no picks. If you run the ball, as a team if you can run the ball as a team for 130 in this game, you're in good shape, in my opinion, for this football game. Because you hope to stop the run on the other side and make them now one-dimensional.
Well, if you do that, you're at least in it. You should be at least in it if you run
True.
130. And that's all you're hoping for is a shot at the end where you're a possession away, a winnable football game. That's you want to win a chance at a winnable football game here late, and we'll see.
And you're going to get Michael Kendricks in coverage a lot today against Jordan, and he's a speedy back out of the backfield. And we talk about, does Kendricks hold up well? I think he's done a better job in pass coverage recently. We haven't talked a lot about him recently because he's played better.
He hasn't played as bad, yeah.
Guess what? Not only he's played better, Sweepsy, he's been on the field. Right? You can't be considered a real good linebacker in this league, like we've all hoped he was for years, and not be healthy and never on the field. This is the first year where he doesn't show up on the injury report every single week. And maybe them nagging injuries has helped him keep up with some of these backs out of the backfield. Because that's been his weakness, right? Not sideline to sideline, covering backs.
Oh, yeah.
And he's done a better job. Now, can he hold up today? Another tough test.
Yeah, tough test. Pro Size is probably going to get some balls.
He's going to get matchups where, they get Baldwin coming across the middle and he's got to match up against him. Can you match up against them kind of situations? So I've been happy with our linebacking play for the most part. I mean, Nigel tackles well. Hicks tackles well. And Kendricks hasn't been talked about a lot, which means, okay, he's been playing okay.
Yeah,
I agree.
But again, all this has changed on the road, though.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, all the conversations
play well
we've
on the
had
road.
have changed on the road. And I don't know, maybe you go into this environment and they, you're playing against a top-notch defense, and maybe we get up on the defensive side of the ball today. Maybe that's what it takes.
I'd love to see.
Play on the road with the passion.
We're going to need a couple good special teams plays. I mean, that's a given. We're going to need that. I'd like to see us get out early. Can we get out early against somebody on the road? Can we get like a touchdown, maybe a quick turnover and a touchdown, and then another one, and go up 10, go up double digits, hit this team in the mouth, and see how they respond. That's what I wanted to happen. Can we do that? That's what we did against New England last year on the road. You remember we went up early, went up quick, 21-000.
Yeah, you just try, and then you hang on from there.
Yeah, and you just hold on, hold on, and take us home.
Yeah, you set it up. You set it up, and you just hang. And you know how that defense plays
with the lead.
With the lead. So that's of course
that's why they look so much better at home.
You know?
And that's when we talk about it. When we said, what's the MO for this defense? It's the front four, getting after the quarterback, creating pressure, which creates turnovers. That whole nine. All the games that we've won, we got up. Mm-hmm. We were the team leading. right? And that's equal this defense playing so well. So to your guys' point, yeah, we got to get up 7-0, 10-0. Just get the feel getting up. Too many road games we've been behind. Or Dallas, yeah, we had the lead, but we let them off the hook, and we know what happened there.
Yeah, we did, but we were
But
up.
we also turned the football over
Yeah.
and things down the stretch that you can't do to beat a good football team. You can't do that.
Didn't kick a field goal, had some terrible play calls.
Got gimmicky.
You know what? He
Yeah,
lost.
no, you're true. You can't.
He lost his balls that game. They tried to regain him by going for every fourth down the next fucking game. So I don't want to, hopefully he's done. He's past that kind of shit, that nonsense.
Well, you're going to have rain there in Seattle today. So
Probably.
they're calling for
It's
all
Seattle.
that. Windy. And they asked Peterson, how much is he going to change his game plan? And he said maybe a little towards the weather. So nothing, no big.
It's always raining there. Don't they? They got a little retractable dome.
No, they're open. They're open there.
Wow. After as much as it rains there, you never feel like I see a rainy Seahawks game.
No, it's cold.
That's why I would think. That's why I thought they had one. To tell you the truth. I mean, I know it's not the.
I feel like it's so gloomy there, you don't even notice the rain. Like it'll be pouring there, and it's so dark and gloomy. You're like, is it even raining?
It is gloomy.
Yeah, so
It's a gloomy place.
whatever. Let's take a break. On the other side, we'll give her predictions. We'll give her players of the game, guys who need to step up for the Eagles to somehow win this game in Seattle. So all that on the other side. This is Agree, Disagree, A2DRadio.com. We'll talk a little Sixers as well. Go around Week 11 in the NFL, storylines, predictions, give you some locks of the week that we like to do for the gambling people out there.
Just our guys throwing fives,
This is Agree, Disagree, A2DRadio.com. And this is brought to you by BMW of Atlantic City, Ralph Exit 37 on the Parkway. Find them online, BMWAtlanticCity.com, as well as the Sports Outlet right in Glendora, New Jersey. Find them online, SportsOutletInc.com.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
Hey, do you need to get your skills in shape? Then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
A2DRadio.com is proudly sponsored by Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Tom and Mike from AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's gibsonmayer.com.
You're listening to the Bad Boys of Sports Talk with Agree to Disagree right here on A2DRadio.com.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
Hey, do you need to get your skills in shape? Then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
A2DRadio.com is proudly sponsored by Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Tom and Mike from AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's gibsonmayer.com.
Welcome back. Agree, disagree. A2DRadio.com, live from the BMW of Atlantic City studios. We're right here in Mount Ephraim, New Jersey. BMW of Atlantic City. We're off exit 37 on the Parkway. Find them online, BMWofAtlanticCity.com. And the Sports Outlet, Glendora, New Jersey. Find them online for all your sporting good needs. SportsOutletInc.com. Tax season, obviously right around the corner. Time goes fast. Gibson Mayer, LLC, your certified public accountant. Find them online, GibsonMayer.com. Eagles Seahawks pregame. We'll get into a little Week 11 predictions around the league, some storylines, a little Sixers talk to wrap up the show. Like I said earlier, if we have time, we'll get to the questions at the end of the show with Mr. Povia. If not, we'll get to them next week. Maybe we'll do 10. Maybe we'll carry him over, round up. But our poll question, brought to you by Scanzano Sports. Find them online, ScanzanoSports.com. Is the Seattle Seahawks game a must-win for the Philadelphia Eagles? Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. A2D Radio is where you can find us. A lot of people saying, yeah, it is. A lot of people saying it is a must-win.
Well, with 7 left, I mean, and you're in a wild card.
You want to try to win every game.
Have the people shifted your opinions at all on a must-win? That's my question. I
still don't think it is, but I mean, obviously, we want to win the game.
You play to win the game.
Yes.
Yeah, gotcha. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Sorry.
Clever.
Wasn't trying to be. He was being a smartass about it. Go ahead. Sorry.
I don't think it's a must-win.
Fuck you, Clever. Go ahead.
I don't think it's a must-win.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to win, and I could see how people think are saying it's a must-win, but I just don't think it is. I think everything's so tightly packed, and I think Green Bay is going to beat Washington tonight. And I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants lose either.
Bears are terrible.
Bears are terrible, but the Giants coming off a big win Monday night. I don't know. Giants are a letdown team. Always have been.
Always been known to let down.
I like the Bears today. Watch out. If guys throwing a couple sawbucks around, I like the Bears.
Getting 6.5.
Big fan.
Or outright, are you saying?
Possibly. I'm saying they might win it.
Yeah, Giants been known to let down. That's their MO.
That's their MO.
See you, I throw like 3 picks.
Yep.
Right in guys' hands today.
A little Sheila game. 27-25 Bears.
No,
Maybe 24.
I agree with you. I agree with you a little bit there.
The Packers are in a lot of trouble. You know, we know what they can do.
Packers aren't in a lot of trouble because they got to come. They got to come here.
You know,
and people haven't been playing well here.
No, and I'm talking about
they can't run the ball.
Yeah. Their defense is an absolute sieve.
No, I didn't think
Cousins slings it today. I think
their defense was good to begin with.
Yeah.
I think they were a little overrated coming into the year.
I do agree that Cousins slings it today.
Well, we're sort of rooting for the Packs today, though.
I am rooting for the Pack today. I think that's a high. Hey, another guy throwing a sawbuck around Sunday night. That's a Sunday night game, correct? Tonight, Washington Green Bay Sunday night. I think it is.
You have them both. You have them both left.
Sunday night over.
So, I mean, really, where do you fall on that side? I mean, besides being probably a Skins hater because they're in your division.
Well,
you play them both. You play them both.
No, Green Bay has,
if you're giving that, you're already.
Green Bay has more losses.
Yeah, Green Bay's 4-5, so you hope they lose. You hope they win. They get whatever. They can get back to 500.
And you take care of them next week.
And you take care of them next week, and then you get Washington. You take care of them. How are you? How are you? Let's go.
Sweep the leg. Sweep the leg.
That's what we do here, people. We just paint pictures. There's brushes all over the studio. Paint it for you.
I won't paint the fucking studio, but we'll paint pictures for you.
We need a ladder.
Mental pictures.
If anybody has a giant ladder, we're in need of a ladder for a light bulb here.
Possible lift.
Yeah, possible scissor lift.
Or just like 5 guys who cheerleaded at some point in their life want to come over and lift one of us up. Love to have you.
I don't want any guy cheerleaders lifting me up, all right?
How many college
Sorry. We'll give Zach Burr that job.
How many college football guys does it take to change a light bulb? 1, but they get 3 credits for it.
Well played.
That's great.
All right, well, listen, I want player of the game defensively, offensively, and then we can get in the scores.
Okay. I'm ready.
Shoot it.
People aren't going to be happy. Player of the game, offensively, Jimmy Graham. I think we're going to struggle to cover him. Defensively, Earl Thomas, making us more upset that we didn't take him. Couple picks for Earl. And do you want my score now or no?
No, hold off on your score. Hold off on your score. Sweepsy?
So the big fella went just game in general. I thought you were doing birds. Okay.
I mean, you want me to
get
game?
No.
Game. No, player of the game. Doesn't have to be Eagles.
Russell Wilson is going to create a lot of headaches if he gets outside. He's healthy now. The legs are there. We like to see that, get that pressure up front and make him beat you from the pocket. But we'll go Wilson and probably Cam Chancellor on the back end, just because that's where like Willie went with. If the Seahawks are going to win, that's I'm going to lean towards there.
All right, we talk about I've mentioned the struggles for Seattle up front, and I like 2 matchups. One, I like Fletcher Cox against their guard Afidi because he's not any good, and they're gonna have to double him. And I like Graham against Gilliam. So I'm gonna go player of the game for the defense side of football as our front 4. I think our front 4 dominate up front. I've been waiting for it on a road game, and I think this is the road game where they can go eat a little bit and get after him. And I think they're going to cause some pressure and maybe create a couple turnovers that way. And so I like our whole front 4 today against a bad Seattle offensive line. On the offense side of the football, man, it's tough if I'm going, since I'm going Bird side here. So it's tough for me to look on the offensive side of the football and say, well, here's a clear-cut favorite for player of the game against this defense because I think it's a defense got to win you a football game today. That's how I look at it. But
Yeah, I agree.
But that being said, I'm going to go to our air quote number one wideout today and probably our most consistent offensive player in Jordan Matthews. And I'm going to say he needs to have a big game today. Jordan Matthews needs to have a big game today, so I'm going to go him as our offensive player of the game. He's been our most consistent offensive guy.
He has.
And do I think he's a number one wideout in this league? I think he's more of a 1B. You know what I mean? I don't think he's not that.
I think he's a very good 2.
Very good too. If he played with a 1 and could play the slot like they like to put him, he becomes a real good wide receiver in this league.
Yeah.
But it's just one of them deals where he's not a guy. He's a slot guy.
He's not a carrier.
He still drops a huge fucking ball every game.
Every game.
Every game he drops a huge
he's
ball.
Not a carrier.
Not a fucking carrier at all. No, he does. He does.
Every game.
He does. Well, that Atlanta game, the one over the middle that he got smoked in the face.
Well, that was
and no
that
call,
should have
which
been a
is
call.
just amazing to me. But yeah, he did drop another
Earlier in
one.
the game, he dropped one where he was on the island, nobody around him in the middle of the field.
Nobody.
Yeah.
Just nobody. Can't have that. Can't have that. And to separate yourself and to be a number ones, I'm not saying they don't drop balls because everybody drops a ball here and there. But
like
they're real good.
Like Julio, but that's like once every 8 weeks.
Yeah. Once every 5 fucking years. Christ. When he dropped the ball, I said, wow, somebody actually dropped the ball against us and him?
And no one drops balls against us, you know?
Guys make 75-year-old field goals down the pipe against us.
Oh, yeah.
Like not even like
and they're like,
a little miss
down
the pipe.
And they're always like, oh, they're going to try this field goal. Well, and they're like, well, it would have been good from 80.
What was it, the Bryant one in Tampa?
Oh, my God.
From like
Don't get me
72
started.
off the upright and in?
61, I believe. But I remember when they walked out for it, I was like, are they really going to try this field goal right now?
They tried it.
Oh, yeah. They did more than try it.
They tried it all right.
I lost my mind that game. That's when we put like shit the whole game offensively, and Westbrook had like a 55-yard screen pass.
Yeah. Okay.
For us to take the lead, and then they went down and kicked the 61-yard field goal to beat us.
To beat us. Yep. That one stung.
Yeah, it was a killer.
But I'm with you on Graham though. So if I was to go two Birds guys, I'm leaning towards Graham myself, and probably Ryan Matthews. I mean, I know it's it's tough.
It's hard for me to go back to him.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But just for the fact that for an Eagles W, I think he's the guy. He's the main ingredient. I mean, you got to serve some. If you're not talking about winning the game, special teams and on defense, like we were talking about early, like offensively, if you're talking about a shot to win this game, he's got to be what he was last week.
Do you think it helps in terms of defenses game planning for us that we haven't had a clear number one running back to game plan for? I think that affects defenses a little bit when you don't have the clear cut one guy to game plan for, where you would a game plan for 2 or 3 guys in different sets and different formations. I think it puts a little more stress on the defense when you have 3 guys who can carry the football. And I'm not saying 3 number one running backs here, but 3 guys who have carried the ball for you and carried the ball pretty well for the most part. I mean, you look at Smallwood, Sproles, and Matthews, besides the fumbles, putting the ball on the turf, they've all carried the ball fairly well. I think we look at our running game and said it's been better than maybe we thought it was going to be at different points of the season.
It definitely keeps you from being predictable. You know what I mean? Because in the past, when Sproles came in or a little scat back like that, you expect screen or him to do something out of in the passing game. So now if you're able to mix in a few runs with him, then you're not as predictable.
Yeah, you're not third down back, exactly. So it just gives you a little more room to maneuver essentially, and more for the other team to have to worry about. When you don't have a lot of essentially weapons on the offensive side of the football, you got to make them have to game plan for the more the merrier.
Yeah.
And
but
not just lock in on average players.
It's still it's still a league where you gotta execute. You line up in front of the guy. You gotta beat the guy in front of you because nothing's more evident than that giant stat where you guys saw it last week. It's been like that all year. 95% of their offensive sets are the exact same thing. 1 running back, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end. It's just like
can you stop it? Can you stop it?
Can
you stop it? Now, I mean, the one thing, we'll get into predictions in a second, but the one thing that does scare me is in Seattle, their defense plays real fast, and that's what's concerning when you talk about a rookie quarterback. How does he hold up against a defense that just comes and gets you? They're just fast. It's just a different animal, especially when they're at home too. Yeah. I just feel like they're always a little faster than everybody.
And
how do you hold up?
And the Eagles receivers are
Slow.
slow and not very good. So when you get guys that lay to wood like those guys, I mean, Gronkowski's still having nightmares. I mean, if that hit occurs today, an Eagle guy might lose his head. His head might pop off and then have to go back. They might have to, it's incredible. So, exactly. There's, they never get any separation. They never get, so you're just going to have to, find some ways to underneath, and if you can get that home run out of Aguilar, which hasn't been there, hasn't been there all year. So
Yeah, you need some misdirections.
Since the Browns game, he hasn't had over 50 yards. So
pick the wrong time to be due this weekend.
Yeah, of course.
I don't think we haven't had a receiver with over 75 yards besides Jordan Matthews in 2 years. I don't think. I think Josh Huff once, and I think that's it. I don't think Aguilar's ever had over 75 yards in a game, which is crazy. First round pick 2 years in.
Yeah,
crazy.
Right, give me your predictions, boys. Eagles, Seahawks.
20-14 Seattle.
17-13 Seahawks.
17-14 Eagles.
I hope you're right.
That's got to. I mean,
I really do.
If you're going to win the game, you got to hold them to 14. I think it's hard to get 17 in there against this defense. So I'm looking at you got to hold them. You got to hold Seattle to 14 if you want to come out winning this football game. And again, defense has to travel. We talk about the front four. It's a bad offensive line. You got to go get Russell Wilson. You got to go get him. You got to put him on his ass a couple times. You got to make him a little skittish in the pocket. And again, they don't have major weapons outside of Graham and Baldwin. I mean, again, you're going to need a good job out of Jordan Hicks, your linebacking core, and they got to cover well. Got to cover well on the road. You really do.
For sure.
I mean, put a couple hits on them guys. Play the other side of it. McLeod and Jenkins hit. Let's smack a couple of them in the mouth. It's always the other way when you play Seattle.
That's what I'm
They're
saying.
the one doing the hitting.
Yeah, they're low on Brady. Somebody go low on Russell one time.
That's all.
Hey, I'm here. Here you go.
Brian Baldinger.
Let them know you're
Bounty
here.
game.
Let them know you're here. Whatever. It doesn't even have to go that far.
No,
but I know what you're saying. But it's just just enough where gets in.
Fuck it, go that far.
Just late. If it's late, it's late. You pick up. You take that one penalty, whether it's down the knees or not, or just absolutely light his ass up and take the 15 and see what happens.
Let's set a tone.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Start a brawl one time.
You want to come out the way they come out because they hit you in the mouth, and
that's what they do.
And if you
So
want to beat them, you got to deliver it back.
You want to beat the bully on campus, you got to be the bully yourself.
Yeah, you got to punch him in the mouth.
And I don't care who's running the football. I mean, we like Ryan Matthews because he's a little more physical. We get that. But I don't care. I mean, you're winning up front. You can smack him in the mouth by getting, 8 yards of carry by anybody. I don't care who it is.
It doesn't have to be him.
So, I mean, that's what I mean. Up front, smack him in the mouth. And on the defense side of the football, go get their offensive line. Make them one-dimensional. And that's the way you can come out of here with a 17-14 win. No, is it realistic? Am I locking it down as a lock of the week? Hell no. But can they still come out and win this football game? Yeah, because this is how this league is. It's how this whole goddamn league's set up. And to Sweep's point, they're not as scary as they used to be at home to me. They're still good, real good at home, but they're not. At no point anybody.
They're a beatable team.
They didn't dominate anybody at home. I mean, besides the Niners game, and you should dominate that football team. So
yeah,
I mean, that was with Blaine Gabbert too.
Yeah,
he voted as well. FYI,
skip
Blaine,
on the chip.
Blaine did vote. All right, that's why they left him in for so long. These fucking idiots. We got guys. I was down in Tampa, around that area. Mike Evans kneeling, on Veterans Day, the whole nine, and he's gonna come out. And obviously, his publicist comes out and apologizes, and then he doesn't vote, and then Cap comes out, he doesn't vote. These fucking guys, you don't have no leg to stand on. Just shut up. Play football. Shut up and play football. All right, shut up and play fucking football.
Once I'm not a big Stephen A. Smith guy, he had a great
rant
about Cap.
The best.
Oh, it was so good.
Yeah, Screaming A.
Screaming A. Smith?
Yeah. But it was good, yeah.
It was good,
absolutely.
He's spot on though,
Yeah,
wasn't
He
he?
always uses some ridiculously big words.
I like.
Astronomical, biblical, always got some ickles on the end.
He is a big word tosser.
Yeah.
He's a no problem tossing big words around. But he's right. He's right. You know?
He was 100% right.
Since week 7 of last year, who would you think had the most wins in the NFL?
Since week 7 of last year.
17-2.
Detroit. That's not right.
17-2.
Dallas.
17-2. Since week 7 of last year.
New England.
Dad.
Andy.
Good old Dad.
Oh, yeah. Because they went undefeated at the end of the season last year,
10
didn't
in a row
they?
last year or something.
Yeah.
Chiefs.
Rolling again, yep. 17.
Yeah,
It's
Chefs.
They've been a good second half football team since he's got there.
I think
They've really been a good second half football team.
Can I tell you that I said this earlier in the week when someone said it because I said that the Dallas wasn't going to go to the Super Bowl, and then the person one day wanted me to tell them who I thought was going to go if they weren't going to go. I think I said the Chiefs out of the AFC, and I'm sticking with it.
Plus,
I think the Chiefs are going to go. I really do. I think and Justin Houston's about to be back.
well, yeah, just going to
D
take.
Ford's been sacking people like he's back at Auburn.
Yeah, I was just going to. That's where I was going to go in the sense where plus 30 turnover.
Yeah, they turned the
ratio
ball. They
since-
turned the ball over. They got a
since
really
week
good
7 last
secondary.
year.
Really good secondary.
Yeah. Good front 4, good front 7.
So
That's a
I
good
think-
team.
over that span, plus 30. No other team is even close at plus 14.
You got to think the
next
biggest
guy's
thing for
plus
them
40.
is can they score enough points?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing for them.
Yeah.
Can they score enough? I do trust Alex Smith to not. I mean, he's not going to be a world beater out
No,
there, but
not
he's
by
not
any
going to turn the
stretch.
ball over. He's going to play within himself. But yeah, I think the Chiefs are good. I think the Chiefs are real good, and I would say out of the NFC at this point, I would say Seattle. Just because I don't see Dallas. Better hope to God that they don't lose a couple games because you do not want to have to go to Seattle in the playoffs.
Agreed.
Trying to just think if there's a team that can sneak up in the NFC at all.
You know who I think can sneak up, and you're going to call me crazy, and it's not because I just think that their quarterback's playing so well. Detroit.
Yeah.
I like that a lot out of you. I like that a lot. We had a guy on the week we were playing Detroit.
Stafford's playing possible MVP football.
Well, it's
he's
funny.
playing great ball.
We had a guy on from Detroit Free Press the week leading up to the Detroit Eagles game, and it was all negative on their end. And I kept saying, do you think Stafford, this is the year Stafford breaks out, no Calvin, blah, 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 blah. And they just weren't – nobody was feeling nothing there. It's just funny when you fast forward, 6-7 weeks, and it's a different conversation when you're talking about the Lions and Matthew Stafford.
It's not like he's trying to force balls to
They're
Calvin
real
anymore.
negative. I mean, I'm talking top 5 pick they were thinking already. They had no thought process of playoffs, division.
And they lead the division. And guess what?
And after that win,
Minnesota's sinking like a stone in the sea.
But after that Eagles win, that was a big win for them moving forward the Lions.
5-0 won't even make the playoffs.
It's great.
Unreal,
I hope they go 5-11.
High pick. We'll take the pick.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sam Hinkie, Fleece Shop.
This is what Sam is. He's a 500 quarterback.
I loved it all where they thought that they got a steal and
Listen, they've had some really bad injuries and it's really catching up.
on
to them.
defense side
Their
football
offensive
too.
line is
You can't lose Eric Kendricks and other guys like that.
Their O-line is terrible. And
Their
Sam
O-line's
hasn't
terrible.
played bad. He actually threw the
Yeah.
ball well last week too. But
They have no running game in their offensive line.
they're not a good team right now.
No.
Not at all. But guess what? Through as bad as they played,
They're still right in it.
Of
Yeah.
course.
But again, they can't. When you're not that good offensively, you can't lose the likes of Eric Kendricks and the other guys they've lost on that defense through a game or two here and there because that hurts you. That's where you're going
their O-line can't
That's
block.
where you're going to win at. You're not going to win on the offensive side of the ball. You need all your horses defensively, and them little injuries they've had have hurt them over the last 5-6 weeks.
And that defense has gotten exposed. Like you said, I know that you're talking about the injuries, but you can't lose that.
Well, their
Lions game.
defense on the
You can't
field
lose
all
that
game.
Lions game. You can't lose that Lions game.
Defense on the field.
Not
all
with
game.
30 seconds left or less.
You definitely can't lose that Chicago game on Monday night. You can't
Chicago.
lose that game.
And last week they stormed the beaches and took the lead.
Storm the
They
beaches.
stormed, down 14-0 before we know it, and then Walsh is so bad that they went for it from with
Blair
5
Walsh does
seconds left.
stink.
And scored right before the half.
I love that.
And then he doinked the PAT.
I love the meme.
They finally cut him. They finally cut him.
I know, I love the meme.
We've been calling it for a year almost. They finally do it.
He was laughing like, "Damn, you guys finally got me." There was a red tag in his locker. Finally,
The best meme is him leaving the facility and saying he missed the door.
Oh, he hit the wall? I saw that. You see him hit the wall?
That's fucking great. I mean, that miss last year.
When you're missing the playoffs like that, you can't bring the guy back. I'm sorry.
Once you
you
get
have
the
to cut
yip,
him.
it's like Chuck
He
Knobloch
is done
from second.
Yeah, he's
once you
he's
get
all
the
yipped
yips.
up. We can't kill on the mound.
But guess
he's
what?
all yipped up.
But guess what? That changes scenery. If somebody else picks him up, he could go back and being a good kicker again. It's weird how these kickers work.
No shit.
So-
David Akers in San Fran.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're well aware. Cocksucker. Couldn't hit a field goal over 42 the last 2 years in Philly. Goes to San Fran, he's hitting 60-yarders. Piece of shit.
Fucking fake ninja. Fucking guy.
Yeah. Everyone wants to say, oh, it's because he had a bad deal happen in Philly and lost a bunch of money. I don't care. Kick the ball.
Yeah,
didn't lose foot.
yeah.
Didn't lose his foot. No.
Sorry about it.
Probably should have.
All right, you guys want to go with the lines, or you just want to go straight up?
What, our picks?
Yeah, for a week.
We got to put them out there, too, anyway, don't we, for everybody?
No, whatever. Everybody's 500 this week. I was away.
We can go.
All right, that's fine.
Everybody gets a 500 record this week.
We can whip
I'm talking about our
let's
picks on
get it.
air.
Let's whip
Let's
around
do
the
it.
league.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's
Let's
whip
whip around
want-
the league.
Yes, we want them with the line.
All right,
We're
well,
trying to help
go-
out the betting man here.
Let me get it up. Let me get some lines here.
Want me to pull them up? I got them.
It's a public
I got-
service.
You got lines? No,
I got a scores and odds app, of course. What am I, a child?
I got you. Ready? Let's go. Steelers at Cleveland. Steelers minus 8.5.
Put the Browns in and go to sleep.
I was just gonna say. I mean, God,
Pittsburgh and Cleveland play each other tight.
they do. I'm taking the Browns.
Cleveland's going to score points in that game. 27-21. Pittsburgh wins.
I think this is an angry Steelers team.
They should be
Should be angry.
They should be.
I'll take this. I'll take the Steelers minus the 8.5.
hangry. I'm leaning the Browns. So if we were on the TV screen right now, we got 2 Browns and a Steelers. With our profile faces. 2 Browns and a Steelers. Here we go. Next game.
Ravens at
Wilson's
Dallas.
cheesing.
Dallas minus 7.5.
Take the points. Baltimore in the points. No, actually, no. I think Dallas kills them. I already said it earlier tonight. I think Dallas. I actually would take Dallas. I wouldn't bet that game, but I think Dallas beats them by 10.
Cowboys.
At least.
I'll go Ravens minus the points, plus the points. I'll take 7.5 in that one. Jaguars at Lions. Detroit minus 6.5.
Lions all day of the week. Maybe not.
Take the points.
I was just going to say. Maybe not this.
Take the points. Jacksonville stinks. They're no good, but for some reason, Bortles, he'll throw for 92 yards through the third quarter.
Fourth, yeah.
And he'll throw for 210, 2 touchdowns in the fourth to make it a game.
Yep, to cover.
Yeah,
Taking
Jag-
it back
I'll
to
take
a
the
cover.
Lions.
Jags the cover. Titans at Colts. Indy minus 2.5.
Marcus is rolling.
Oh, my
right now.
God. Fucking-
Rolling, baby.
Dude, put Tennessee in. If you have Marcus Mariota in fantasy, start him. Tennessee wins that game outright.
Where were you on Thursday? I freaking played Breeze.
Yeah, I didn't play Breeze. Talk about.
I got Breeze and Mariota.
Yeah,
and
I got Mariota and Rodgers.
Against that Panthers secondary. Come on.
I got Mariota and Rodgers, and I'm legit thinking about not starting Rodgers in a must-win game against Washington in prime time because Mariota's playing that well.
I know.
Bills at Bengals. Cincy minus 2.5. I'm also taking the Titans in that game.
Yeah, love the Titans in that game. I like the Titans D in that game, too.
I'm going a must-win for the Bengals in a division that's still up for grabs. 3-6, you're done. 4-5-1, still got a shot.
I just think that Cincinnati's not good. I take Buffalo.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going Buffalo. Taking the 2.5. Getting the 2.5, actually. I'll take them. Bucks at Chiefs. KC minus 7. Take the Chiefs in a roll job.
Yeah, roll it up. Roll it up, dip it in, whatever.
Whatever.
Chiefs.
Take Tampa in the points.
Bears at Giants.
Chiefs don't blow teams out.
Bears at Giants. New York minus 6.5. Take the Bears.
Love
plus
Chicago.
6.5.
Love Chicago in that game.
Sweepsy.
I would say take the points as well.
Cards at Vikings, Minnesota minus 1.5.
Cards. It's a sinking ship.
I actually
know
think
it's at
Minnesota wins that game.
I mean, they have to.
You know what I like in that game? I like the under.
You feel it. I mean, it's an absolute. I
think Minnesota's going to win. I would take Minnesota. -1, they said?
-1.5.
Yeah, I'd take Minnesota.
I'm going to go Cards.
Yeah, I'll go Vikes in that one. Dolphins at Rams, Miami -1.5.
Welcome.
Baby Hands Golf. Baby Hands Golf is in. Take Miami and go to sleep.
Let's go. Welcome to the league, you cocksucker.
I'm going with Fins as well. Patriots at Niners. New England minus.
They couldn't make this line high enough.
12.5.
For me not to take New England. It would be 22.5. I'd say take New England in this game. Coming off a loss at home. I don't care that they just traveled across the country. Not one bit. I'm telling you, I almost feel bad starting Blunt in this game because I know Touchdown Tommy is mad he didn't score any TDs last week. He's going to be throwing touchdowns from the one. Yeah. It's going to be like a 45-6 game. It's going to be a blowout city.
Yep, I'm hoping Blunt force trauma runs for it in the fourth quarter. You know,
I hope, yeah. I'm taking
20.
You don't want to hit that Blunt. It's too big.
I agree. Roll job.
Pat's right with you. Eagles at Seahawks with the spread now. 6.5. Who do you got with the spread?
I'm going to go Birds. I went 17-13, so.
I did say 2014, so it'll be a half-point cover. We'll go Birds.
I'll go Birds right with you. Packers at Redskins. Washington -3. So pretty much a
Skins.
Pack.
Go Pack. Go Pack.
I love the over in that game.
Oh, my goodness.
Love the over.
Brinks truck, please. Back the truck up, please.
Monday night, Texans at Raiders. Oakland -6.
Texans are the worst 6-3 team
Ever.
In the history of football.
I had to refresh.
For the last 2 years.
I kept refreshing like this is a mistake.
I think Texans keep that close. I also think there's a lot of points scored in that game because Oakland doesn't blow teams out because they can't play defense. So their secondary can't play defense, I should say, because I think their front seven's good. I think I would take Houston, but again, they stink. Brock Osweiler is stealing money.
Goodness gracious! I mean, somebody arrest that man.
Someone should be. Like,
DeAndre
if I'm
Hopkins,
John Elway, I'm high-fiving air
mean,
that we didn't give him the contract. Thank you, and thank you. I'll take Simeon over him any day of the week.
How has DeAndre Hopkins not fought him? Like after week 4, I mean, we're rolling around and he just punching. I mean, he's leaving practice bloody. He's leaving games bloody. I mean, come on, you turned me into a scrubini.
I don't even know how. He doesn't even look good out there. He stinks. He stinks, and they're 6-3. How the fuck are they 6-3? Terrible division. That's why.
And they coughed one up to the
give some
Colts.
credit to Bill O'Brien.
And they coughed that game up to the
Bill
Colts.
O'Brien's
that
good
night,
coach.
right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get some of that 6-3 on Bill O'Brien being a good football coach.
They stole one from the Colts. That's right.
And
I'm sorry.
wouldn't the perfect place for Romo to go would be to Houston?
Oh, jeez.
It keeps Jerry happy. He's not in the NFC. The defense is good. They have weapons.
I think he's going to go to our old boy, old Chipper.
Really?
San Fran.
You think he keeps him in the NFC?
I think he goes to San Fran.
I think Jerry tries everything in his power to keep him out of the NFC.
That's fine. I just think that San Fran will give him the best offer. Jerry's a businessman.
You guys think
the oil guy.
It'd been the time.
You guys think Denver?
Also, I think
conversation?
that.
No, because
I think
they got
Tony
two young guys.
Also,
That's why
his contract's too
that's
big.
why I sort of say no with them because they gave up paying big money for a quarterback with Osweiler to go with
his
two guys that
too
they
big.
had.
He might get cut by the Cowboys.
Yeah, so that's why I think Houston's is a landing spot for him if they're willing to realize that they made a mistake, obviously at the quarterback position, and because you have weapons, you have a good defense, you have a great quarterback coach.
Vikings.
Did they do it again?
Well, like you said, if
they get the NFC's hand-me-downs.
I think it's
keep him the NFC's hand-me-downs. Here you go. Here's another guy who used to start. Next thing you know, it'll be Eli 3 years from now. Maybe Peyton.
I think it's San Fran. I think all signs point to San Fran, in my opinion. I think that's where he goes. I really do. Either that or he's starting for Dallas next year.
I mean, besides
that's probably the most realistic one. To be honest with you.
Yeah, who knows?
Flying the motherfucker on your own private jet. Daddy's not going to let the son go like that.
Daddy's home.
Like the post, did it hurt when you gave birth to Tony, Jerry? Jesus Christ. But whatever. Not going to. Just curious to see where you guys see some landing spots for him.
No, absolutely.
San Fran. Possible. I mean, there's a couple other possibilities. You look around the league like.
No, Denver, I believe absolutely. I know what you're saying.
I just don't
I'm just
see
saying
it.
if it's not a lot of money.
I don't think he would have taken Paxton Lynch
in the first round
if you were planning on that.
I just don't see it because you already have 2 young kids that it just if you're really looking for a stopgap,
I know, but
you're gonna pay too much money for that stopgap.
Yeah, I understand.
That's why I don't say it. Too much money for a stopgap.
Nobody knew he was gonna somebody could fall into your lap because as much as you don't like him, besides the injuries, and I understand he doesn't. There's a playoff.
Listen, he can sling it.
The
There's
guy's
no question
had a
in
great
slinging.
career.
There's no question.
The guy can play
here's one
quarterback.
for you.
The guy can play quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, but
he's healthy.
But if I'm Denver, I won a Super Bowl last year with my quarterback playing real bad. So I got 2 young kids. I got one who's doing a pretty good job.
Their defense isn't.
Our
it's
defense
good,
is defense is still loaded.
It's good.
All right, no Talib last week.
I wouldn't say Cleveland, but Cleveland's going to draft a quarterback. You would think.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I just don't see that. I see a Houston. I see
Cleveland's
even
gonna
a
mess
San
up again.
Fran.
I think Chicago is a possibility because I think Cutler's done.
But if I'm him, why would I don't want to go there. Right? If I'm him.
But Chicago is a great sports town. So I mean, it's try to rise.
That's
the
why
Bears.
I don't see San Fran.
Yeah,
I see a
the
team.
NFC North stinks.
I understand this, but I see Jerry give him a little pat on the fucking ass on the way out, saying, "I'm going to send you somewhere that's ready to win."
Yeah, but the problem with San Fran is you go to San Fran and you got to play Arizona and Seattle twice every season. You go to the NFC North, you should be able to throw on every team in that.
Well, that's why I see Houston. That's why I just smell Houston all over it.
That's true.
And he went to Eastern
and
Illinois.
it's staying in Texas.
And he went to Eastern Illinois.
Yeah, but
And he went to Eastern Illinois.
But with all the family,
And he went to Eastern Illinois.
But all the family he has in Texas, it makes more sense for Jerry helping him staying in Texas. I just see it.
Chi-Town got to go.
And keeping him out of the NFC.
What about Team Geriatric, New York Jets?
That's a possibility.
Possibility, because an AFC, I see it being an AFC team. It has to be. He's not going to do that.
Shit.
I'm telling you, he's not going to fucking do that.
Oh, stop it.
There ain't a chance
They're
in hell.
going to cut him.
No.
Yeah, they are.
He's going to
Dude,
try to
first
deal
off,
it.
yeah, guess what? And everyone's going to say, yeah, if you eat 3/4 of the contract, and Jerry's going to say, no, I'm not doing that. And they're going to say, all right, well, then we're just going to wait for you to cut him.
Well, they'll just say they'd rather have 2 instead. They'll rather have 2 then.
He already made a comment that he's the highest paid backup quarterback ever. Jerry already made that comment this week. So, I mean, hey, there's no chance in hell he's on the team next year unless he's a starter.
All right.
That's just my opinion.
I just don't think Jerry's going to let him out of his hands like that to be able to sign anywhere. That's all. I just think Jerry wants to have some control over where he goes. Just the way Jerry thinks, man.
Yeah, no. But if you got when you have an ego, it doesn't. That doesn't always play. The rationale doesn't play. I mean, the Yankees and Red Sox. I think the Yankees did some Red Sox deals in the division because they're just like, who cares? I mean, we're the Yankees.
Yeah, but
Johnny Damone.
No, I understand that, but this is an old school guy with an old school way of thinking a lot with this kind of stuff, and trading. In the division's a definite no, but trading in the NFC or any of that, I just think that's a no-no in his eyes.
Yeah. No, I don't think it'll come to that. I agree with Willie. I think the people are going to call us bluff, and then it's going to be like, hey, you going to eat that, or you're going to cut him?
And they're going to cut him.
Are they going to be happy with Kellen Moore as a backup going forward? We will see.
I don't know. I agree. I think Houston could be a landing spot, but I like Chicago a lot too because they're done with Jay Cutler.
Oh, he's done.
Oh
Yeah, I would.
3 years,
but I think
3
they go.
years overdue.
But I think they go QB in the draft. Like if I'm Tony Romo at this point in my career, why the fuck would I want to go there? Because it's a great sports city. I'm trying to win.
Yeah.
Who says you can't win there?
Oh, get the fuck out. They're terrible.
Yeah, but you got Alshon, got a guy to throw the ball to, and you have Kevin White, who was a first-round pick, who should be healthy next year.
I understand. I understand it. It's not a terrible spot. San Fran's
got some
obviously
weapons.
a worse spot.
I think if Chicago had a quarterback that could throw the ball, I think Jordan Howard can run the ball really well.
sir.
If they could just throw the football and stop anyone on defense, I don't think they're that bad.
Meredith.
Meredith, yeah. I don't think they're
Zach
that
Miller,
bad.
They got some weapons.
They're really not
They got
that
some
bad.
weapons.
It's just that Cutler is that fucking bad.
Well, no, I agree with you. Listen, Chicago's a better landing spot than San Fran.
Oh,
no
yeah.
question
Oh,
about
yeah.
it. Like I would think it would be more of a chance of him saying, yeah, to your guys' points, yeah, maybe Chicago. There's some talent there. Good sports city,
the
whatever.
Jets would probably be the best landing
The Jets
spot.
would be the best, besides Houston, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
well,
Houston's one in terms of landing spots.
Yeah, okay.
If I'm him, why would I? You talk about weapons.
Yeah, but the Jets have a lot of weapons, and the Jets got a really good D.
They both do. I think they're both like 1A, 1B in
No, I
terms
agree.
of landing spots.
I agree.
Both have good wideouts. Both have decent running games.
Yeah, but the thing
both
with the
have
Jets,
real good
thing with the
defenses.
Jets is they have a quarterback with a 1-year deal, and they have Geno Smith, who stinks. The
Yep.
Houston has a quarterback that they just gave $100
$70
million
yeah,
to.
$70
Well, guys,
million.
that's why.
$80 million.
Well, that's why it comes down to
And J.J.
is
Watt.
Houston or the Houston Texans willing to admit they made a mistake? That's the only way that happens. Because if they're not and they're not willing to eat crow, that never happens.
And what's the J.J. Watt story? Is he?
Is he coming back?
Coming back
done?
next
Is he
year.
done? I know, but I'm saying.
But if I'm Romo, why would I want to not go with the best defensive player in football when healthy? Why would I not want to have him lined up on the other side of the football and have wide receivers?
Yeah, I mean, you got DeAndre Hopkins,
Yep,
and you
yep.
got Will Fuller.
You think DeAndre
Miller-
Hopkins won't buy out some of Brock's contract? Shit. He'll be donating money to that deal. Get him the hell out of here.
He's probably got a Romo's jersey on right now. I think Houston's off today.
And we got some guy, Troy Palmaio, I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Ryan Brodo says maybe the Cardinals. But I don't see that.
Maybe they're the Cardinals.
Yeah, Palmer.
All right, Brodo.
I don't see them
Tell
making that deal.
Tell him to get back on the golf course. You know, it's a little cold.
Windy
I mean,
out there.
in terms of talent,
Play
yeah,
the-
but
play the wind, right?
they would have to be done with Palmer,
Yeah, I don't see that.
and I don't see that happening.
I think we all know Carson's old, but it's not like Tony's.
You're not-
Tony's not a
Spring chicken.
spring chicken.
Yeah. But again, I mean, a
where
team
you're
with good
at, bro.
defense, weapons, blah blah blah. I mean, that's sort of the MO of style that if I'm him, I'm looking for. You know, I want a good defense. You know, and I
He
want
has no
weapons.
say though. If he's getting traded, he could get traded to Cleveland. That's why I don't think he's getting
He
traded.
has no say. He said, "Flying on fucking private jets." Jerry's private jet to Pittsburgh. But he has no say, Bri. You're delusional.
He shouldn't have a
You're
say.
delusional. He shouldn't, but he does.
Jerry is a businessman.
And Tony's his son. All right, and this is oil money, babe. Keep son right on his shoulders the whole time.
So maybe he just retires.
With Jerry, they go
Think
on
he
an island all
retires? Think he
inclusive.
retires.
He can run an
Tony?
oil. He might run an oil rig for him.
He retires. He gets like a player personnel tag for the Cowboys.
Oh, maybe Jerry sits him down and says you can't go anywhere but here. Yeah. No, I think he still wants to play, but
Of course he wants to play.
Not out of the question.
He's just made of glass.
Not out of the
Of course
question.
he wants to play.
I mean, one hit, he could end his. You know,
Yeah.
he could never walk
Unbreakable,
again.
What you thought they call me, Mr.
So
Glass.
I mean, that's something he needs to
Yeah.
consider too. You know, do I even want to go through this?
Yeah, back injuries are no joke, man.
No.
Yeah.
No. So let's take one more break. We'll come back. Little Sixers. We should have time to hammer out some questions and call it a day.
Yeah.
Morning.
Call it a morning.
Took me to this point to wake up actually. So
Don't
you know,
call it a
I'm still
morning.
The kid is jacked up now. The kid's fired up.
fired up. Eagles 17, Seahawks 14.
Fired up.
Don't nail that lock in though. Don't do that.
Fresh off a plane. He's back.
Yeah, jet lag. Listen, look for sporting goods. Fan of any team, Sports Outlet Inc.'s got you covered with everything. You can go on their website, order whatever you need, get it shipped to you, sportsoutletinc.com, as well as our Sunday sponsor, BMW of Atlantic City, rough exit 37 on the Parkway. Find them online, BMW of AtlanticCity.com. We'll be right back.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
Hey, do you need to get your skills in shape? Then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
A2DRadio.com is proudly sponsored by Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Tom and Mike from AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's gibsonmayer.com.
You're listening to Bad Boys of Sports Talk Radio. Agree, disagree. Only on, you know what? A2DRadio.com.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
A2DRadio.com is proudly sponsored by Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Tom and Mike from AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's gibsonmayer.com.
If you're looking for a stepdad, no. This is great. Right here at HUDRadio.com. We are live from the BMW Atlantic City studios. We're right here in Mount Ephraim, New Jersey. BMW Atlantic City. We're off exit 37 of the Parkway. Find them online. BMWAtlanticCity.com. That is our Sunday sponsor. Give you a couple more reads. Tax season right around the corner. Gibson Mayer LLC, your certified public accountant. Find them on the web, GibsonMayer.com, as well as a sports outlet for all your sporting needs. Find them on the web, SportsOutletInc.com. If you're just joining us, a lot of Eagles, Seahawks pregame. Our poll question brought to you by Scanzano Sports. Find them on the web, ScanzanoSports.com. Is the Seattle Seahawks game a must-win, air quotes, for the Philadelphia Eagles? Yes, no. Let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. HUD Radio is where you can find us. So we gave our predictions against the line, Week 11. We'll jump in a little Sixers talk, and we'll wrap it up with our 5 questions. Easy, done. Sixers, the last time we were on these airways, a lot of unhappiness with Brian Colangelo. Maybe some moves.
It was your 10th video in 2 weeks.
Unfucking-believable.
Right or wrong? I mean, come on.
Guy was unhappy. Tired of
That's
waiting.
what I'm saying. That's all. I mean, I wasn't saying anything wasn't true.
Think Joel didn't hear me?
It's all right. It's all right.
I love it. I love when I take shots.
While you're on
and teams
vacation,
start winning, and I'm like, yeah, they
Mataraki
hurt.
made it up for you.
What, the
While you're on
post?
vacation.
All right, fucking 42 posts a day. I mean, I don't know how you even have the time. Really.
He had a lot of posts about a high school game yesterday.
Yeah. No.
A lot of them.
But
3 straight.
three straight
10-9-8.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
10-9-8, 3 straight.
Minnesota hammered them. That's right.
Yeah, 3 straight at home, but playing better basketball.
Yeah.
And we talked about it when we started. Yeah, they're beating bad teams, but they're a bad team. So
17 threes yesterday they made.
yeah, that tied a franchise record. Tied a franchise record for threes in a game.
Fill it up, big fella.
Stauskas stroking yesterday.
3 for the big
Joel,
fella.
Joel,
3 for
Rocco,
5.
Rocco can go fall off the wall with
Dude,
it.
Rocco is the worst player in the NBA.
Hands
He's
down.
shooting like what, 19% from 3, and he's still jacking 5 to 6 a game.
Yeah.
Stop! At least Brett didn't only play him 16 minutes last night. Because if he's in the game for 35, he's jacking 7.
Can I calm the
He
masses
still
for a
shot
second?
4
1
threes.
for 5 yesterday.
Oh, 1 for 5.
Yeah.
And he played 17
I
minutes.
want to attack our boy, but I want to calm the masses for a second because I don't think people get this, and they're so quick to take shots at it about Oak and Embiid playing on the floor together. And I want to explain something to the people. When you're
Because the minute restriction.
the minute restrictions.
They
So
want
if
to have
I'm
a
Brett
big guy
Brown,
there at all times.
yeah, if I'm Brett Brown and I don't have a lot of talent, I want to make sure with both my rotations of players that I got a legit talent playing with with both sides. The minute restrictions don't allow it right now.
Yo, come on.
Oh, you come on.
Come
The minute restrictions
on.
don't fucking
They
allow
got to
it.
start
You're-
playing together a little bit here.
Okay.
Let's go.
He's not saying they won't.
Let's go.
The problem is he's not saying they won't, but right now, the minute restrictions don't allow
So why
it.
don't we play them both 15 minutes for the first 3 quarters, and then fourth quarter they're on the floor together?
Because I think he likes them playing with different lineups.
I think he likes playing with himself, and I think he's doing a terrible job.
Terrible job with what, dude? And this is what I love about
But
you
if
guys.
you spread it out,
I just love about you freaking guys.
Have you ever watched
so
him?
they're playing the opposite.
He runs no sets. His play sets suck. His play calls suck. He has a little fire, which I like, but I don't like. They have to play together, Tom.
I never said they don't. You're missing
Why
my
is
point.
Okafor still on him? Why is he still on him?
Listen, I don't have the answers to the fucking shit minute restrictions that are going on here. But what I do have an answer for is when you're getting 20 and another guy with 24, 25, 26, I want to spread their time out. So because I need as much talent on the floor, he's trying to win basketball games with not a lot of talent.
The dude's playing opposite of him, and he had 6 points. So is it an indictment? What is it? Is that an
It's not an
indictment?
indictment. It's an indictment to Oak that, he hasn't consistently played well. He hasn't been consistent
That's
yet.
what I mean. I'm not talking about Brett Brown. I was talking about Okafor.
Yeah, it's an indictment.
I mean, one guy played 20 minutes, dumped in 27. We know he's delicious. The other guy played 19. He had 6 points. He's 3 for 4.
but he was 3 for 4
He's
from
3
the
for 4.
field,
Yeah,
though. He's not shooting the ball.
he didn't get it. Yeah, he didn't.
Shit, Embiid took 3 shots in the first minute.
And
I like that, though.
Yeah.
But I
Get
think-
off,
That's
big
what I'm
guy.
saying.
Get off.
But that's-
Listen,
my
though.
point is
Sweepsy,
you're
they're
playing
different.
opposite. If he's saying there's no talent, which I understand that,
Outside
you got
of-
to
outside of
be
a
the guy.
couple.
I know, I'm saying, but then if you split them up, one guy's the big dog, the other guy's the big dog. Where's the shots going in his rotation?
Well, he's been
I
getting
know he was only 3 for 4. Who the hell's shooting
Well,
on his watch?
if you look
Who's
back,
shooting on his watch?
Well, if you look back at his numbers, he puts up a lot in his times and his minutes. Last night, not so
Yesterday,
much,
yeah.
not so much. But to your point, mostly he's getting off 8 to 10 in his little time on the court. So Oaks had no problem putting up shots. They're just different players where you can get Embiid at the top of the key and he can bury a three, right? Or he can hit a 15-foot jumper in your eye. So when he sees the ball at the top, it's a little easier for him to get a shot off and get more shots than a guy like Embiid who needs the ball in his spot. I mean, like Oak, who needs the ball in his spot. Okafor needs the ball on the low post. He's not a guy who's built for the ball at the top of the key. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a little different in their two games. But one guy I would love to see
But just the
Embiid play with, I would love to see Embiid at some point, hopefully soon, play a little bit with Nerlens. That would be really the ideal fit, where I would love to see them two play together. As much as I have no problem seeing him and Oak play together, just with the minute restriction, I think it's a little hard. But I think that's what Brett Brown's trying to do, Sweepsy, because I think when Noel comes back, that I think he's going to pair Noel with Embiid. That's what I think is going to happen. And I think Dario is going to stay with Oak. And I think that's how he's going to spread out these four guys so that they're all getting 20, 25, right? And he's spreading out two rotations where he's got his four big men playing with the guy he feels like that they play best with and can complement the best.
Which is fine.
So I'm not saying this is going to happen like that.
At the end of the game, then that all goes out the window.
You play your best two.
Yeah, you got to give yourself or a best four. I don't know, whatever the matchup.
Well, yeah, if you throw fucking four of them out there, fine. So be it. But do you agree that? Are you looking a little forward to seeing Noel and Embiid or Noel and Oak? We've seen a little Noel and Oak, but Noel and Embiid playing a little bit together? Because I think that's a real dangerous matchup for opposing teams. Them two on the court at the same time. That's a lot of athleticism at the 4 and the 5 to deal with.
We're going to have Noel for about 2 more months.
I mean, you look to get some runouts. I mean, make a play on defense, make a play on defense, and you get some runouts with Noel. Absolutely, the athleticism is crazy. So of course, you look forward to. I have no problem. Yeah,
Try to look forward to it.
Absolutely,
Yeah, absolutely. At this fucking point,
absolutely.
Anything you can hang your hat on and say, oh, I can't wait to see Noel play. I can't wait to see Simmons play. But I think Embiid and Noel are a really good matchup on the court together. I just think they fit each other's games really well. That's what my eyes tell me with the style of how them two play, that they're a good fit, a real good fit. So we'll see.
Yeah.
So you trade Oak then?
Yeah, I mean, if you need to.
One of them's getting dealt.
Okay. I mean, I just gave you a solution where you didn't need to do any of them. But,
I mean, you would think, but one of them's getting dealt.
No. If you need to, you need to. All right, let's run through the questions and get the fuck out of here. Go watch some football, right?
Amen.
Go looking for dinner.
People are tired of listening.
Ironically enough, my first question does have to do with the Sixers. Who has been the unheralded MVP of the Sixers on the young season so far? I mean, besides Embiid, Okafor, Saric, who's been the guy behind the guy this year?
Sergio Rodriguez. If we're not going to use Embiid.
Yeah, if you're not going to use Embiid, yeah.
Gerald Henderson, maybe.
Gerald Henderson's a good one. If you take, if we can't use if we can use Dario, I would go Dario. Mm-hmm. Just 'cause I think he does a lot of things really well at a young age. I really like Dario, but if you take Dario and Oak and Embiid,
I like Dario too. Yeah.
Ilyasuva's been playing well.
Yeah, I'll go Henderson just because I think you've needed for a while a veteran that's not a bad veteran that actually can play a little bit. Like he can play enough. And
a defender,
he can get his own shot. Yeah. You need a guy who can get his own shot off, and he's a guy who can get his own shot off. I mean, he's a middle-of-the-pack veteran in this league, but for a team that lacks talent as much as they're going to have going forward, but right now, you need that guy who can put up 20 like that, put up 15, because you just didn't have that at the guard position. So Sergio's a great one. Mm-hmm. Henderson's a great one, so I'll go with either one of them as really good ones. Obviously, you need a good point guard, better than TJ fucking McConnell and Ish Smith. So, Sergio Rodriguez definitely better than them two. And Henderson, and I think getting Bayless back, even though, again, he's a middle-of-the-pack point guard. People overrate him.
TJ gets such a bad rap.
He's an average guy.
As
a starter. As a starter.
Bad team. Yeah,
as a starter.
I understand.
TJ,
yeah. You're not just handing him the keys to
12 to 15 minutes, love
to the car. I understand.
12 to 15 minutes to TJ McConnell is perfect.
I think if this team could get all the pieces like we hope to in the next year or two, you'd like to have that guy. I hope he's still around.
And what do you think minute-wise? I mean, I think 10 to 15, maybe 10 to 12 for McConnell.
15
to 20.
15. Yeah, 15.
I think the more you give him, the more he gets exposed on the defensive side. That's all. I think that's where he gets exposed. Not him running an offense or his, some of the things he does well.
At least he has heart.
No.
Over some of these guys run out there.
I'm not crushing the guy. I just think, over time his minutes would be a guy that
I can't stand Covington.
You get 10 to 15.
Oh, I'd see Covington on a minute restriction, like 0 per game.
Mysterious
What
footage.
it's called, big fella, is a healthy scratch. I like to see a lot of healthy scratches.
I don't like
a hockey term, Pope's hockey term.
I don't like Hollis Thompson either.
Take the ghost term. All right, next one.
That's funny. That question's coming up later. But first, MLB's MVPs and Cy Youngs were announced this week. Do you gentlemen agree or disagree with who was chosen?
You're asking us or Kate?
Well, I know Kate disagrees.
Kate's not happy.
If you disagree with any of the selections, who would you have chosen?
I'll
go.
Big fella.
I agree with Chris Bryant. I think we all kind of thought he was going to win.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with Trout to the extent that I know people were saying Mookie had a better year, but if you look at it, the first couple years of Trout when he had phenomenal years and he lost out to Miggy because he was like the young guy just coming to the scene. It's kind of that way now with Betts, the young guy coming to the scene. Trout's kind of getting the MVPs he deserved to get before. So I'm fine, and Trout still had a great year. So I'm fine with both of them. I'm fine with the MVPs. I don't think. I don't know. I probably would have. I thought Kyle Hendricks was going to win the NL Cy Young. I really did.
Agreed.
Not like they made a bad choice,
Scherzer had a bad year.
Scherzer had a great
Scherzer's a
year,
monster.
but I thought Hendricks was going to win.
But to your point, there you go. I mean, to what you said about Trouty. Same thing. Scherzer been around for a minute.
Yeah, Hendricks is new.
Hendricks is more newer on the scene. Cy Young talk. Yeah. And you sort of just give the guy the cookie for being around, and he had a great year.
Scherzer had a great.
Yeah, he's a moose.
He had a great year last year, and Arrieta had probably the best year ever after All-Star game ever.
Well, that's what happens. That's what happens when you have a system of dry jocks. That's what's going to happen. So you're absolutely right. So those guys can't look in they look at the year. That particular year, they look at it like you said. Maybe he got screwed last year. Maybe Trout got screwed all these other years. Pujols got screwed for years because of Bonds.
Yeah, because of Bonds.
You know what I mean? So it is what it is. It should be that particular year. And I'm a Trout guy. I don't think you should have got it. I'm an Ortiz guy. But they'll never give it to a DH. That guy is incredible. But if you're not going to give it to him, I mean, you're talking about Betts and Altuve had a pretty good year.
Yeah,
I just think you have to win. That's the only reason I like it. You know what I mean? But absolutely, there's years when he's been in the top 2. He's been runner-up last 3, a couple years after. Donaldson deserved it last year. So yeah, I mean, you can lean either way. I mean, Hendricks was great. But these guys seem to lean on strikeouts. They're heavy strikeout voters.
Yeah, they are. I mean? They are heavy strikeout voters.
King Felix won it that year. He was like 13-12 with like 4,000 strikeouts. It was crazy. So
this year they went the opposite way.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They went Porcello.
I think
189. And you look at Verlander.
They went with wins.
Yeah,
they went with wins.
They went with
wins this year. And listen, 22 wins, a lot of wins. But guess what? He also had 8 runs scored for him all season. I think the highest in baseball, 7.9 runs.
Oh, that lineup was bludgeon. Yeah.
Porcello, Verlander deserved that award.
Yeah, Kate's right.
Kate was 100% right.
That's the only one. She's the only one who to fuck Justin Verlander.
Yeah.
Great comment.
That was a good comment.
I
thought it was great.
No,
I would have given it to Verlander.
I love the comment. I would have gave it to Britton before I gave it to Porcello.
I was going to say, wait, how is Zach Britton not in the top 5?
If you're going wins.
How is Zach Britton not in the top 5?
If you're going wins, you go Hap, right? You throw Hap into the mix, and you want to go wins. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's another guy.
How is Zach Britton not in the top 5? Dude had an amazing year. Didn't blow a save. I mean, shit, his manager didn't put him in the playoffs.
Disgrace. Disgrace on both parts. On Buck and
how the hell is he not in the top 5?
Yeah.
I don't know. All right, next one.
Do you think Coach Hackstall was right to healthy scratch Ghost versus the Jets?
Yeah.
Yes.
Sometimes, sometimes you just need to sit back and take a look, and relax a little bit. I think he was pressing, trying to do too much. And I think it's good to sit down.
Sometimes you need a kick in the ass, light a little fire under him. Now, that being said, I don't like healthy scratching him for Andrew McDonald, who stinks. But I think I'm
It's a long
I'm
season.
fine. I'm fine
Long
with the healthy
season,
scratch.
So you want to wake a kid up if you can.
I'm fine with the healthy scratch.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Fine
You
with
see, like I said, the change gears, not to change gears, but you see it in Jacksonville. There's nobody pushing shitbird Bortles. You know what I mean? And when that happens, then you just get on cruise control. It's your job,
Right.
and you're not to compare the two. I'm just saying, but you're
right,
worship.
right.
You know, I mean, competition breeds success. It brings something out of you. It brings you, you dig deeper.
Well, the good thing is he took it well. He took it in stride. Okay, let me give it an opportunity. I'm a young player. See the game from up top. See the plays develop. Get a better idea. And Hackstall did this with Michael Raffle a couple games ago. Come out and scored a goal ever since.
I think also.
And guess who knows their players better? I mean,
I think
you
also
would
I was
hope that
gonna
he
say,
knows his
I
players
think
well
Dave
enough.
knows that this is not going to be getting him down the gutter. He's going to take this as like
Yep.
shit. I need to maybe I gotta go back and look at what I've been doing. Maybe I've been trying to do too much.
Yeah, a wake-up call
Yeah,
for
a
the
wake up
kid.
call. That's
Yeah,
all.
I mean, for the most part, hockey. I mean, unless you're dealing with Crosby, who's just superior talent, but he's soft as shit. Hockey guys are tough. You shouldn't even have to really worry about their psyche. You know what I mean? A guy the other night got hit in the face with a slap shot at 37 stitches for the
my
Rangers
God.
and scored a winning goal.
He got smoked in the face
I mean,
by
come
that
on.
slap shot.
Well,
Yeah,
and for better or for worse, against the
Scored a winning
Lightning,
goal.
he leads the team in ice time, played great, so he did take it well. And you're right, hockey players are tough like that. You know, I mean, not going to take a shot to the confidence, shot to the bravado.
I gotta just to piggyback off that question. How about the fact that the Lightning just every year Steven Stamkos hurts his fucking knee, and then the Lightning come out and Kucherov and the other two just light a fire in their ass, and they play amazing puck after Stamkos gets hurt. It's mind blowing to me. Every year, I bet you they'll go to the conference finals again. I
Right.
guarantee it.
Yeah, Tyler
what they do.
Johnson's a beast.
I like Nikita Kucherov. I'm a big fan.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a
Yeah.
big fan.
All right, moving on.
The Femme Nikita Kucherov.
Little college football talk. If the season were to end right now, which 4 teams would you select to make the playoffs?
Rob, I like it.
Nice.
I wanted to kind of try to do a little college football in today, so I like this. And, of course, obviously, big. I'll give you my 4, and I'll give you my number 5. And I think there's a huge, obviously, 2 of the guys that we're going to have in play each other this coming week. So, Michigan, Ohio State, probably going to be in the top 4 for all 3 of us, and they play this week. So one of them's going to be out.
What do you think about that decision before you get into the ranking, D'Antonio? I mean, I like it. I'm a ballsy guy. There was 4 minutes to go. I know you're at home.
I don't do it.
I know you're at home. I'm just saying.
You're at home. On the road, I do it. At home, I don't do it.
You're 3-7. I hear you.
Just because I don't know. Especially,
Give me a better
I actually
play
had
call.
him.
Give me a better play
Yeah,
call.
but he had him right off the bat. If he throws it immediately,
Yeah.
he has him. He waited too long, and then he made a thing. He threw a terrible ball.
Yeah.
I might have ran it. You ran all the way down there. I might have ran it with Scott.
Yeah, he was killing.
But now, okay, so right now for me, Alabama's 1, obviously. I go Ohio State 2, Clemson 3, Michigan 4. Now, obviously, Ohio State and Michigan are going to play each other this week. My number 5, people are going to call me a little crazy here. You know what my number 5 is? Who's been playing great ball? USC. I think USC is a damn good team. They're not going to get in. They're just not, because they're not going to win the Pac-12. They're probably not going to play in the championship.
Playing fantastic.
They're
ball.
playing great ball.
Got
But you
Jordan.
know who you got to watch out for?
Oklahoma, I like too.
Oklahoma, it would be number 6 for me.
Yeah.
But watch out for Penn State,
Yeah, I was
because
gonna
it's
say
lined
the
up.
same thing. Yep.
It's lined up that Penn State, if they hold serve and win out,
It's great.
now it's going to be tough.
Guy was fighting for his job.
Yeah.
But it's lined up for them to get in, because you figure
Block
Ohio
field
State
goal.
and Michigan, one of them, if Ohio State beats Michigan, Penn State gets to the Big Ten Championship, and they would play Wisconsin, right? So, and I think Ohio State's going to beat Michigan. Michigan doesn't have their quarterback. They looked a little shaky against Indiana yesterday.
Yep.
I think Penn State would then have to win. Who they play somebody this week, and then they would have to beat Wisconsin in the Big Ten Championship, right? Wisconsin's in front of them. They're like number 7. That would drop them back. Okay, Louisville was in front of them. They lost, so that's going to drop them back behind them.
Penn
right?
State's got
then
Michigan State.
Michigan and Ohio State. One of them's going to lose and drop back behind them. So boop, 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 boop. They're up to number 4, or they're up to number 5, and I don't see Washington staying in front of them because the Pac-12 stinks. So I think, I really do. I think it's lining up for Penn State to get in.
Yeah. Next one, Robbie.
And it's the last one of Pove's 5, Smash, Marry, Kill. This week's theme, female superheroes. Would you rather smash, marry, kill Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman,
Oh my gosh.
or Jennifer Gardner as Elektra?
Oh my God. What are we doing right now? I've always been a Jennifer Garner fan. Huge Jennifer Garner fan, but she's getting killed in this. Gal Gadot, I mean, can it get more wholesome? She's Wonder Woman. We're marrying.
Yep.
And that little freak in the Suicide Squad. We're gonna have a little fun. We're gonna have a little fun with Margot.
There we are.
I'm going to need an hour nap between each one of them. And a snack.
Maybe a 5 hour nap.
Yeah, I know.
A 5 hour energy. Hour nap and a 5 hour energy.
Who am I kidding?
Yeah, no, I'm right with you. That's a good one.
That's a good.
follow
That
Lee.
might be my favorite one.
I'll follow status quo on that one.
Gail,
Yeah, listen, go Birds.
let's go, Birds.
Eagles Seahawks 425. Thank you, everybody, for listening. It's been Agree Disagree. HDRadio.com. For Tom Arnone, Nick Delgozzo, Brian Wilson, Rob Povia. We'll see you next Sunday. We out.
Later.
Tom Arnone,
No, it's call-out time.
Brian Wilson,
You died for that football.
Nick Delgozzo.
It's going to be a battle.
You're listening to Agree to Disagree only on A2DRadio.com.